That sucks. But here we are. It should be don't know why it's not happening. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I hope you guys can hear me. That is just trying to make sure this is set up correctly, so just deep breaths. Hey, Mark. Alright, so Mark. I don't know. Finally back from the dead after. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not back from the dead, 'cause I mean, like, I've been uploading. I uploaded a mod like a month ago, and then last month it was the 2023 Dokujibber Award, so I've not been 100% dead, really, when you think about it. So, it's not that dead. The channel's still been doing stuff. I haven't streamed, no. Every time I stream, something happens. There's always a fucking complication, so I don't like to stream as much as I used to. Because every time it's always some bullshit. It's just so ridiculous. Very sure this is better than the last one for sure. Yeah, I'm just here. Just having some fun, trying to figure out how this is all gonna work. Make sure I don't mess it up, because for some reason this thumbnail looks like shit. I didn't think that it would be like this. So let me change my thumbnail real quick. Just something that's just slightly more appealing. Let me go and fix this up while we wait. Yeah, let everybody get a chance to come in before we start with today's festivities. Let's see, resize. It's not great, but it's just the cover for the channel, and honestly, it's better than nothing. You live a million something subscribers, YouTuber, Vandermelon. Yeah, I think they're good pals with the Juice Box. I think you know, I think he'd let her know, because I mean, we've tried to email them. I don't know if they checked their email. I think he might have let them know, but I could be wrong. Who knows? Maybe they just stumbled upon it. Maybe when they got out of, they checked that. Could be anything. But it was pretty interesting to see that. I certainly did not expect it. All right, change this thumbnail. Who knows if that's actually gonna stick? You know, I'm trying. Let's let the people know this is happening. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Let me just put this down so we can get more people to know about it. Let them get here, whatever, all that fun stuff. Where is... Shouldn't even be that. I don't know why it's doing like that. I wonder what everybody's doing. No, I'm just... They don't even have that. Well, they know. They know. I'm not worried. Anyhow, I'm going to exit out of that. Get back here so I can easily just kind of see what everyone's saying. So let's get right into it, boys. We've done it. I don't know. I've somehow done this. I mean, what, 5,000 subscribers? Ah, damn. It's crazy. Didn't expect to get there at this point. I remember, You know, the funny thing is, last time I did a stream that's like this, where I'm just doing my face and stuff like that, it was for 3,000 subscribers, I think. It was my 1 year anniversary, which means it took another like 3 years to get just 2,000 more subscribers. But to be fair, I had slowed down much more by then. You know, I haven't uploaded as many mods and stuff like that. You know, the free time to make mods is just not there as much. I think it's cool that Juice was part of the awards. I've actually known him for a couple of years. Been up through the SSP. Oh, okay. I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, like I think I learned about him through Jake Quillen. Jake Quillen Gaming told me about them. I didn't know anything really. And they're a very nice guy. It was an absolute pleasure to work with them. I think they're super sweet. Nothing but good things on my end. So absolutely go check out his videos. I think he just made a new one not too long ago about MC, character analysis of that. So I think it's actually kind of pretty interesting. So if you know have the time, check it out. Check it out. Hello. Oh, hey, Elena. Hey, WWK, the creator of the Elena, the owner of that character sprite that is in some of my mods. So if you like them, go thank them. They go be doing that. If I don't know who Finn was, he aligned with the whole Finn. Yeah, Finn TDK. He's a smaller DokuTuber, but he's quite he's gotten some popularity, especially in the community. And he's like known for being a huge Sayorian. And after the whole like Shadow the Red Panda incident with all the racism, homophobia, and all that stuff, you know, we didn't want to exclude him from the show because it's basically proving him right, because he kept saying that it was like bias rigged or otherwise a white praising scam. So we said to just objectively show to him personally that it's wrong, because we do hope that he will change for the better. It's unlikely, but we wanted to give it the best effort before we said you can't be in the show anymore. But while we were doing that, we also thought about how he keeps calling himself the king of Sayorians, and it led to this joke about how Finn should be the king of Sayorians since he wasn't so hateful. And he had a better view of being the king, in my opinion. He was like, you know, let's not be so horrible, let's not, you know, hate people. And I was like, you know what, that sounds good, that sounds good. Last haircut, would love to drop by and ask questions, but I'm gonna let you have a fun week, man. Yeah, you ask all the questions you want. This is a Q&A, so if you have questions, feel free to ask anything. I'll do my best to answer. As for the trivia, I mean, I can tell you trivia about myself, but I was thinking more of like if you wanted to quiz me or have me quiz you, the wonderful fans who I'm sure are super up to date on my content. I can ask you questions to see if you guys actually remember the content of my videos, or you can quiz me about what I've made, because that's what we did last time when we did this 3 years ago. So you could do a quote, you could say, this is the quote, who said it and where it's from. You could ask a question about plot development, a character analysis, anything. See if I actually remember what the fuck I put down in these F mods. So we'll see about that. Let's see what else says. This like might be a Yuri stand, but I salute to him. Yeah, I think he did a really good, you know, little inauguration speech right there. Really got everybody to kind of rally towards the idea of just kindness and unification. I think he did a great job. Something else I really like about the awards, the synthesis between popular tubers, lesser known tubers, and tubers that fall between those two ends. Oh, absolutely. The whole point was to give recognition to everybody, which is why the show ends up being so long in the first place. We're certainly going to change things a bit next year. It's still going to include everybody, but we've got plans to basically super reduce it, bite size. It should hopefully be shorter than even last year's awards, the 2022 ones. It should be no more than like hopefully 3 hours, maybe. Who knows? But we're trying to really scrunch that down to as small as possible, just so that it's a more easy viewing experience for everybody. This is like, hi father, do you want to address the Brinrick situation? I assume you mean Brinrick. Okay, so in the 2022 awards, I guess this is what he means. I don't know exactly, but in the 2022 awards, if you go back and watch it, Savage Central, he has a part in it as well. He does the best live stream award, and when he does it, he mispronounces my name and says Brenrick. It was pretty funny. Like, he says, like, oh yeah, you got it wrong, but I thought it was pretty funny. I don't mind if people mispronounce or misspell or anything like that. It's no big. You still know who you're talking about. Like, it's not like they don't know it's Brenrick or whatever. They know what they're talking about me. Ever since then, I thought it was a joke. And during the 2023 development of the awards, I changed my public name in the like Savage related servers. There's like a handful of them. To Brenrick as a, the Sigma version. And so now it's become a running joke that every time like there's like the Sigma version of Brenrick, or the alter ego Brenrick, or the evil Brenrick, or the bizarro Brenrick, it's Brenrick. Brenrick's the evil clone. And it's so funny that maybe the character name will be in a mod. I've been toying around with that, but who knows? I don't want to reveal too much on that. But people have been talking to me about it because I think it's so funny and so weird. But it just happened just because of like a random mistake, and it's just been a running gag ever since. Is Brenrick? It's like ever since, in those like it's a fight between Brenrick and Brenrick, the good angel and the bad devil. What's the requirements to become one of your admins? Like, where? Like, I own two. I manage 2 servers on Discord. I'm assuming, like, or do you mean on YouTube? I don't know. So like for my server, we're not even looking for admins because there's not enough going on for there to need to be another admin. For the awards server, we had forms that you could fill out, and then we might see. I'm pretty sure all that's closed though. I have 3, and I'm not too worried about that server right now. If for some reason people quit or it gets more acuity where no one's actually there to stop bad things from happening, we consider making new admins. For YouTube, I don't, because I'm not really worried about whatever people say. If it's that bad, Bree can tell them to stop. She's got admin privileges. Like it's it's whatever. It's pretty laid back. It's pretty laid back. Like there isn't really much to it. Like, I don't deal with that much shit. Like, everyone's, like, it's always something, but it's never that bad. I'm not at that level. And usually, we'd be pretty cool, we'd be pretty chill. We'd be able to handle the heat just a little bit. It just depends on how everyone else handles it. And just the reason that Normal is so submissive and breedable. That's another joke, running gag, that goes on in Savage's server. One of the members is named Normal. He actually made an appearance in the Shadow of the Red Panda video. If you've seen that, like, 2-hour-long video, he's one of the people that argues with Kazuya about his beliefs. That person. People like him. People like him a lot. And the weird thing about those people in that server is that they really like to express their love and appreciation for other people in the server through very weird ways. So, yeah, it's pretty weird. They're just trying to let Normal know that they like him. They think he's a cool guy through the submissive and breedable comments. I have actually talked to Normal. Normal's fine with it. Like everyone, like he's totally fine with it. It's a large joke. Nothing more. They're probably going to add more calories to it. Is there like people that make mods out of Doki? What the fuck? Out of Doki Doki, put them in other games, or just make the games? What? Add more calories? What the fuck? Are you adding food? I don't know what that means. Most people make mods to just tell a different story, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, other people have like included elements of other games into DLC as like references, but it's not like someone's taken a game and then somehow modded the Dokis into it. Like, you couldn't like mod that. You could, unless you did like some like 3D sprite and then like covered the sprite with that. You could do that. I don't think people do that though. I think people just do references, or you'd be like Quirks, you just do this huge animation thing. Let's see. play some Pokemon games. It's easy to put them in there and make a 2D sprite pixel and just make them a team. So you want a DDLC Pokemon game? I could not do that. You have overestimated my abilities. I like Pokemon now. Actually, I went back and watched the 3-hour stream I did when I got my first year, because this is basically a remastering of that, or a hopeful continuation of that, because that video got taken down for the music that was playing in the background. So, oof, big oof there. But I remember back in the day, I'd only played a couple Pokemon games, and I wasn't good at turn-based RPGs. I know it's now called turn-based RPGs, or JRPGs. I did not. I just said RPG, which stands for role-playing game. I'm fine at role-playing games. Role-playing games are a wide variety of types of games. That was not what I meant. I meant I wasn't good at the turn-based, which I'm much better now, because it turns out I was just a dumbass. But I don't know about it. I think someone else has already made a DDLC Pokemon thing. I'm pretty sure someone else has already done that. I don't know. I'd do some research on it. Well, the 24-hour Dogecoin rewards feature a duel between Berserk and Bryn. You know what? It might just. Who knows? I don't know how we would put that together, but if we're there in the story of my mods to where something like Brinrick could somehow be there, sure. Who knows? Who would even voice Brinrick? Like, is it just me? Hey guys, it's Brinrick. Back at it again. Yeah. I don't know. Like, thoughts on Sigma Awards. Shameless plug. Okay, so Nova Bova is the person who asked that because they're the person who is making the Sigma Awards. If you don't know what that is, you can quickly look at a teaser on his channel or on the Savage Central channel. While it doesn't feature my name, it sure as shit features my face and it getting blown up. I'm still bitter about it, but whatever. I'm not mentioning the credits, but I am appearing in that show whenever it releases. That's another show that's been through production hell, just like the Dogecoin Awards, I swear. But that's kind of like a shitpost version of the awards where they just make fun of like all the crazy people that like like all these people like Savage covers on his videos, like all these people who just say the craziest shit and they just do the craziest, stupidest things. It's an award show making fun of that, like the Razzies of the DLC community. That's really what it is, just kind of for shits and giggles, nothing serious, just a lot of bullshit. Should be a lot of fun, just like kind of laid back fun kind of thing. I think it should be fun. That's my opinion. And Orville. Yeah, you guys do. You really do. You really do like them. I can't disagree. Norval's been summoned. You guys Norval summoned just because of the I'm sorry, Norval. You don't have to be here. What I'm going to say is that I know you're not going to add more categories for the awards. Oh, you want there to be a category, not calories, category to the award where we're assessing DDLC videos that implement other games? We could, but I don't think there's enough people that do it to get, like, a full category. We don't add categories, we kind of switch categories out. Like, a category that may not have done too well last year, we'll, like, switch it out with a brand new category, kind of keep things fresh. So we'll see how that goes. Which we already make. I would also put them in the post-game. Yeah. Hello, Asian. It's good chat. Why would... I don't know why Elle said that. If you ever need a boss fight music for that hypothetical duel, hit me up. I will, sure. It's always good to get music that, fits perfectly nicely to a scene instead of trying to assume it. Your mic's a little off there. Hello?
Hello, my pretty little lambs. How are you today?
I'm assuming you guys can hear me. If you can't, let me know. Hello. I'm trying to speak up to bring my full voice out so that you guys can clearly, equally, perfectly hear me. Since it's a little bit cutting out. Let me see. I'm not hearing any cutting out. I don't know what. This might be something you might need to refresh or something. See if your Wi-Fi connection's good. Because so far because I have the stream up right next to me on my laptop. That's where I'm reading most of my comments, so I can see what you guys are saying, right? Just read it out instead of anything else. Just easy. And plus, if there's an actual problem, I can assess it. But yeah, the cutting it, like, I heard myself talking seems pretty clear. I can hear myself. It is a bit quiet because the wonders of my life is that the audio will always have something wrong with it. I swear my voice is cursed and refuses to be recorded. That's what I'm gonna believe now. Are you Steve? Oh, I guess this is a reference to the new Minecraft movie trailer. People are really frustrated about it because Jack Black is playing Steve. I'm honestly not even that mad about that casting. It's fun. Like, I like Jack Black. Like, he'll be fun. At least there's that. He'll own it and have fun with it, and that's fine. I don't know who I would have wanted to play Steve. I don't even know. It's just my only criticism is that it's all live action and everyone's costume. Like, whoever did costume design needs to get fired because it looks fucking ridiculous. Like, everyone's costumes look ridiculous. It looks just stupid. So I don't know what's going on there. When are you gonna stream again? Fuck if I know. Cause there's still the Lego Challenge Marathon that I've been having fun with, but I've stopped because I got burnt out of Lego games. But usually every time I would do a stream, some fucked up shit would happen, and I get so frustrated. I'd be like, why can't this shit just work? I live in the middle of a fucking pasture. I live in the middle of nowhere. Like, you guys are never gonna find me, and because it's in the middle of nowhere, it doesn't matter that I have the best Wi-Fi this area provides. The fact that I'm in the middle of a freaking pasture means the Wi-Fi's not gonna be good no matter what I do. So, life. Jumanji feels bad. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. It's like, we need the DDoC movies so we can hear Jack Black say, "I am MC." They would get him for that. Yeah, I can't even. No, that'd be so weird to have such an older character be the high school student. I don't think they'd do that. I could see them. Oh my gosh, if they did do a DDoC movie, they'd get Tom Holland or some shit like that to be MC. They would. Either that, or realistically, they should get a bunch of unknown actors. But whatever. Let's see. Are you MC? A little bit. Let's see. Brand new. I will welcome. Jumanji feels bad. Yep. Do you know about the rap battles of DDLC versus My Hero Academia a few years back? No, I do not. I have no idea what you're talking about. I remember the DDLC rap battles made by Strawberry Sana, where it was Natsuki versus Yuri and Slay Yuri, or what was it? Monica and they had different names. It was Saria Monica one, and then Natsuki and Yuri another. But they actually had rap names, like Little Monty or something like that. I remember a couple other people did some DDLC rap battles. I think I saw one that was Monica versus Harley Quinn. It was pretty alright. Liberner, congrats. Oh, thank you, Lily Grimm. Thank you. It's good to see you. Lily Grimm's so awesome. I like Lily Grimm. They do cool stuff. They won't have, they don't like it if I say that because they don't believe it, but they do good stuff. Chloe James did not cook. No, he did not. People thought he did. His content was so, it was one of those it's so bad it's good kind of things. And then, his personal life just kind of ruined it because, the things that he was doing was so, damaging. It's just, it's hard to enjoy a media when such twisted stuff is happening in the background. People are he's you need to separate the art from the artist to be able to enjoy it when they do such bad things. It's I don't really want to. I mean, this is what gives them money and monetary value. This is their life's work. I don't want to support that, and I don't want to have that. I also think it's really messed up. And it's just hard to. It's difficult to dissociate because it's always in the back of your mind. It's just while this person was making this content, they were doing all this other stuff. It's crazy. It's not I could probably never watch iCarly the same way, and I could never watch. I haven't watched it, but I could never watch Jeepers Creepers because both of those people have people who are behind the scenes who are pedophiles and stuff like that. It was really bad. Pretzel 5K. Oh, thank you so much. The DougTuber Awards. Thank you. Thank you for watching the show. I really do hope that you guys enjoyed it. We put a lot of effort into it. And I know it's not perfect. We definitely are going to see what else we can improve next year. Just continue to move on and improve if we continue to do it. So it should be a lot of fun. That's the guy that never did MC versus Deku. I don't know. I always imagine MC as Tom Cruise. Goodness, the infinitely youthful Tom Cruise. Honestly, you would need... Honestly, I know if America did it, like, they put fucking Tom Holland in it because he's so young and everyone loves him. But I don't even think they could get him on it. I think, realistically, they should get some, like, unknown actors. Because, objectively, MC shouldn't look handsome. He should look like a fucking, shut-in. He should look like... Because that's what the game's meant for MC. Like, he's not meant to be... I don't know why Plus tried to make him like some sexy anime character. Because no sexy anime character acts like that. It should have been a bit of a gross guy. I mean, I get it, like, harems usually have a good-looking guy that acts like a shut-in, so maybe they're going for that, but I still think it's just, like, whatever. I mean, I'm not the director, so it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's see, young Tom Cruise. What's up, gamers? Hey, Baby Nat. Hi, Baby Natsuki. Finally, someone points out how silly that a separate art from the artist's argument is. Yeah, that's just kind of how I see it. I think you can't just ignore the things that go on behind the scenes. Hold on, let me put on my glasses. National Fun of Me if you did that category. 1 year, and can be funny if someone did Scarlet and Violet Hypno would steal a picture of when the DDLC girls ran off and the guy who said we got a cupcake creep. What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? I don't know what you're trying to say. Are you having a stroke? Your GCS is like it would be like a 10, 11. Your speech is like you're saying words, but the words do not make sense together. That's down to a 3 on your speech level. I'm sure your eyes and your ability to follow commands are fine. So that's like 10. That's like 12. Your GCS right now is a 12. All right. You might be having a stroke. All right. Just use Pokemon to lure them in Phantom's Creep Resistance and put them in there. I don't know what you mean. I mean, I know Pokemon, but I don't even know what you mean. If literally anyone else understands what they mean, then just tell me that I'm just fucking stupid, and I'll admit I don't know. I'm oblivious. But yeah, we're here to have some fun. Just goof off. Nothing serious. Like the biggest planned things, just to answer questions, talk with chat, have some fun. You're not really educated in the Pokemon stuff. You're gonna look up Hypno. Either you're going to get the Creepypasta or the Rule 34. Like, I know, like, I've played the OG Pokemons. Like, I've played Red, Blue, and Yellow. I know, like, the Hypno thing, whatever. He's an asshole, and I don't like fighting him, but whatever. But I don't see the relation to DDLC. I don't see how it relates at all to DDLC. If someone makes it, that's fine, but I mean, like, it has nothing to do with me. I don't want to talk about Vaporwave. Okay. Because, I don't know. So anyhow, while we wait for people to come in, give their topics of what they want to talk about or whatever. If you want to hear me talk about something specific, there's probably a story related to every person. There's probably a story related to every, video that I've made. If there's something specifically you're interested in, just ask. I'm more than happy to go into it. This is your time to learn the lore of Brenrick or Brennurk or whatever you want to call me. Because this is the time. If you think it's like, oh, well, how did you meet this person? This is a great time to know about that. How did this video come about? Or things like that. It's a great time to ask those types of questions. So if you have those interests, let me know. In the meantime, I'll probably look at what I had planned. I actually got a list of things I wanted to talk about. Just to chit chat and just have fun. Because this is really just me having fun. I know what I wanted to do. I could have just done a Q&A or whatever, and none of it seemed worthy enough. And so, after stressing out about it enough, I was like, you know what? I don't care. I am just going to have fun. So that's my plan. Just going to have some fun. So can you talk about how you're gonna, what? How you're gonna, a hot tube stream? What the fuck? Gonna do a hot, what's a hot tube? What is that? I don't know what that is. Too innocent for it, I guess. I don't know what that is, so if I'm doing it, I surely don't know that I'm doing it. I'm autistic. A hot tub stream. You want me to get into a hot tub? Like I have a hot tub. Fight me, Brenrick. Like you want some fucking fight. What are you gonna do? You gonna drive all the way to meet me? Gonna for a fight? Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't getting charged for no assault and battery. I ain't getting arrested for that shit. None of you people be worth that. I ain't doing none of that. You cannot convince me to do all that. I'm good. I'm well satiated where I am now. I ain't fighting nobody. I'm the only one asking the important questions about fights and hot tubs. I don't know what I expected, but yeah, fights and hot tubs. Let's get a fight in the hot tub. That sounds more inappropriate. You fight in the bed. Honestly, sounds a little uncomfortable. You're my favorite hot tub streamer, Brenner. Put on your streams every time I'm alone. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm glad that my streams are so soothing. I've never done one in a hot tub before. I've been in a couple hot tubs. I could do a hot tub stream, but it wouldn't be all that enticing. I'm pretty sure you'd be objectively, like, disappointed. I'm pretty sure you'd be disappointed. Like, you'd be really hyping this up as something amazing, and then you'd be like, wow, it's just a guy in a hot tub. Did I share my hot take here? They aren't controversial, I promise. Yeah, you can share what you want. I mean, that's your reputation, not mine. I don't care. You do whatever you want. You want to see Bernard oiled up. I'm not swimming in oil, it's just hot water. It's not like I'm fucking uncapping that, vegetable oil, just fucking dousing it. I'm just looking it up. Yeah, you should just AI art that crap. Because I don't even think you can get an actual artist to do that. I feel like the only way you're going to see that is through some algorithm. I guess it wouldn't be AI art. It'd be AI Photoshop? I don't know. You could. Hot take number 1. Apples and barbecue sauce are unreasonably good together. I've never tried an apple and barbecue sauce. I honestly don't like just plain barbecue sauce. I like sweet barbecue sauce. Like there's a place called Sonny's that is local to like southern states that has really good like sweet barbecue sauce that tastes great. That's why and it just tastes better. That's why honey barbecue is so popular, because they just need a sweet sauce, a sweeter barbecue sauce. So I probably wouldn't even like it because it's just like regular tangy barbecue. I just wouldn't care. Let's see, I'm listening to this while animating because I got nothing better to do. Dang, got nothing better to do? It's like, hot take number 2. Bernard, would I be good in a... would I look good in a French-made outfit? Probably not French. You'd probably look better if you got like a German-made outfit, specifically German. I think German would be the best look for you, just based on what I know. I think German-made outfits what you should go for. All right, I think that's gonna be real good. Well, I'm trying to finish episode 60 before I go to holiday next month. Hey, go for it. I ain't stopping you, dude. Have fun, live life. I ain't serious about it. I'm just having some fun. No matter what, it's just for fun. So let's see. One of the things I wanted to talk about, let's see. Oh, games. Let's see. I'm a huge collector of games. What's the best way to oil Norval up? probably just ask him. I don't think he's going to refuse. I don't think you need to really have a plan. You just kind of need to ask and then commit to what you're asking. I don't think, like, you're not going to have, like, an actual problem there. Anyhow, I'm going to move you guys. Boop. And I'm going to lower you. Boop. Hey, you can even see my laptop. Let me put that down. Alright, this is the gaming setup for the little TV. It's a little TV because it's little. So, I have even more. Like, if I go over here, I'm going to pretend it over. That's a Dreamcast. It's cool. It's got its little memory card. Now, back to the good stuff. Alright, let me put this down. Alright, and here. Alright, so of course, this big baby is your Xbox. Cool shit. Honestly, not... Oh, there's only one game I have on here that's kind of like worth mentioning, which is Conker's Live and Reloaded. Like, you know, only for Xbox, remake of Conker's Bad Fur Day. Pretty cool, though. Pretty cool. I've got the OG Wii here. The reason I have it set up is because it can play Game Boy. You know, I have it set up so my, not Game Boy, GameCube. It can play GameCube stuff. So I have all that set up with the memory card and whatnot, because this is newer, so its Laserdisc reader just works better. This beautiful baby. This is my Super Nintendo. I love it. It does a good job. Most notable game that I have there is probably Final Fantasy III. It was like $80, but it's pretty good. It gets the job done. If not that, I also have Legend of Zelda Links to the Past, which is a lot of fun. I started that. I got through like the introductory section, but I haven't like gotten any further because I wanted to go back and finish the other games, which was Legend of Zelda. I got that done, but there's the second one, Legend of Zelda 2, that I need to beat. They have a Game Boy? So I wanted Mario, and I do have a Game Boy, but they kind of suck, alright? Just objectively as a console, it's old. Alright, anyhow. I'll get into it a little bit. Hold on. This is the PlayStation 1, right here, the little baby. You know, I got one with a little analog, so it's nice. We used to ride these babies for miles back in the 90s. It does pretty good. Let's see, most notable game. Fuck. I've got actually a lot of good games on it. I've got... Oh, yeah, the most notable. The best game. The game that everyone knows is so good is the OG Harry Potter game for the PlayStation. I also got... I got the Final Fantasy games. I got 8 and 9 for PlayStation, so that's pretty cool. I don't have 7 yet. I'm working on that. To be fair though, like I have all these like games. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 12, 13, 15, and 16 on like the PlayStations and whatnot on other ones, like other ports and stuff. So like I have the games. For a long, aren't you? I don't know. I was thinking about 3 hours or so. If that's too long, I cannot. The other games I think that are really cool that I own are the Resident Evil series. So let's pull them out. I've got the Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut. That also comes with the Resident Evil 2 demo. I got the Resident Evil 2 game. Pretty cool. I've also got Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. This was probably the most expensive. I think it cost me like at least like maybe 150 or something like that. Pretty expensive. I also got... It's just a disc, but it's Resident Evil Survivor, which was the other PlayStation game that came out. Known for not being all that great, but still a fun playthrough overall. So it's a lot of fun. Honestly, if you guys want me to set something up and show you guys the screen, you know, of a game or something like that, because you're just interested, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to show off. There's no problem with me. It should be fun. Let me put these up. Back here, and this is a little slim PS2, so you know I can pop a bitch open, put some games in. It's pretty simple. Most notable there is probably going to be Resident Evil stuff, like Resident Evil Dead Aim and Resident Evil Outbreak. I know technically these are rare, so I guess I'll show them. I also have the Jaws games, like Jaws Unleashed for Xbox and PS2. But that's not nearly as cool as everything else, I don't think. But I got, like, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets. That's for the GameCube, but 3 and 4, they're also PlayStation 2s. Like those should be pretty fun. I'm pretty excited about those overall. The funny thing about the Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone specifically is like there's like 4 versions of the game, and they're all completely different. The PlayStation 2, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance are all completely different. Which brings me to the GameCube. So why do I have this if I have this that can play those discs? Well, because this has the Game Boy player disc. Woo, this is a rare piece of shit. Look at that beautiful thing. It's rare. It's cost $200. Ridiculous. That's not like a brag thing. Like, oh, I got it. This is like objectively. Ah! Okay, great. So glad that happened. Thank you for that. You did great. Anyhow, it's just showing that that's just rare. It was difficult to find. I think I found it at a Comic-Con convention. But you also have to have this bottom piece right here that inserts the games. So my games for those are all here. So I got a bunch of like Game Boy things. Let me pull some of this stuff out. Alright. I think the ones I want to show off are probably these. You know, just show off, you know, really just stick it to the man. Do you have an N64? Maybe. I might show you it in a little bit. Just want to say I am really thankful for you being one of the YouTubers that subscribe. Oh, well, thank you. That's me so much. Got any pets? I do. You probably heard those dogs barking. They're not mine technically. Those are my sister's. But I got a couple cats that live outside that, you know, live lime life. Hope they're doing okay. I haven't seen them today. Anyhow, what I was meaning was like okay, so this is the Game Boy Color of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And this is the Game Boy Advance version. And I showed you the PS1 and the PS2 version. So the Game Boy Color is a turn-based RPG. This is a platformer puzzle game. And then the 1 and 2 is like the 1 is a low-grade, super polygonal platformer puzzle game that's more open world, and then Sorcerer's Stone's better graphics, completely different platforming magic like game. You do your little swoosh swooshes. I was the same thing for Chamber of Secrets. Chamber of Secrets, this is the turn-based RPG. Chamber of Secrets Game Boy Advance would be a platformer, like side-scrolling platformer. The PS2 version or GameCube version would be like actual like 3D going around stuff. Also, interestingly, is that the PlayStation 2 version of Prisoner of Azkaban, or the third one, is similar as like, you know, platform up that. But the third one for the GameCube Advance, like, this is going to be another turn-based RPG. It's turn-based. Like, they took a note out of the Game Boy Colors and did that, which was surprising. Usually, that does not happen. Another Game Boy Advance that's kind of cool is the Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. People like that a lot. This is my Pokemon Silver. Authentic copy, still works, batteries, great. You know, I could play some Silver if you wanted. This is my Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages authentic copy as well. Pretty cool. Though, if you don't have this, it's not like you need to go crazy. You can just pay like what, $50 on your like Nintendo Switch and get them all from the online thing. It's like a yearly subscription if you do it that way. So why did they change them all? I don't know exactly why. It might be because it's different companies that made the games. Like, different people made those games. So it could be that. Maybe they were just like, you know, maybe they just wanted to sell more. Like, if it's different, it gets people to buy it. So that might be it. Funny thing is that I make a series of SML on RempHigh, but I'm too lazy and can't be bothered to learn coding. Goodness, it's not that difficult. You just take some time. These are like Pokemon games like Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. I have all the old ones, but none of them are authentic, except for that silver one and then another one I'm about to show you. I just get reproductions because it's cheaper. Like the real ones keep costing like $300 a pop, and there's like a whole bunch of them. I just can't afford it. I'm not rich. But this is another authentic. This is an authentic copy of the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team for the Game Boy Advance. That's authentic. So that's nice. But like, you know, I got like Like here's like a Pokemon Blue. It's just like that's a reproduction copy, and it works fine. There's no glitches or anything, and it's fun. Like it's the game, you know. It's no problem. I don't have a real problem with it because Nintendo refuses to let us access those games any other way, really. So I'm not too mad about it. I also have. This is gonna be weird. If you can see it right there, that's a Nintendo Entertainment System. I do not have the cordage to stretch it that long, but it's a NES. You know, the good old NES. I don't have any great games on it. I think I'm getting it's. I should be getting it sometime this year. I'm getting the Legend of Zelda game for the NES. I have like the Super Mario Bros. Trilogy though, so until then that'll save you. Oh, I also have Jaws because I'm a huge. Jaws is my favorite movie, so I have all Jaws games that have ever been made ever. That's just something that I have. For the GameCube, I forgot to kind of go into the GameCube a bit, like the actual games I have with it. I have, for some reason, this is rare, but Luigi's Mansion was like fairly expensive, more than I expected. I also have Pac-Man World 1, 2, and 3. I have 2 and 3 on the GameCube, and I got the remake on the PS5. So there you go, 2 and 3. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I heard Nintendo started in the 80s. I think so. I think its first console might have come out in the late 70s or early 80s, something like that. But we'll see. Oh, but for the GameCube, I also have the Legend of Zelda 4 Swords. So that's pretty cool. And this is the cool one. The Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition that comes with the 4 games. The first one, the second one, and then Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. So you have all 4 right there. So I don't need to get the NES version. I just want to because I'm a big fan. But I could play some Legend of Zelda for you guys. You know, I could rock that shit. Let me put you guys back up. All right. We're going to do some more moving. Hello, bigger TV with more stuff. Let me put you down a little bit. Let me move you over just a little bit. All right. That should do good for now because you can objectively see that this beautiful thing is my Nintendo 64. I know one of you guys were asking about that. That's what it is. It has an expansion pack in here. I don't want to take my phone around and just show you all the little things, but trust me, I wouldn't lie about this. I could show you my regular one just to show you I had to take it out. These, you see my cords, I don't know if you can see them, but they all have tape on them. Like this one says 4 because this is the PlayStation 4 HDMI cable. Like there's a bunch of cables here because each system has a separated cord to connect to this TV. I can't connect them all at once. I could, but that sounds like more money I don't need to spend. So for N64, the best game or rarest game is probably Conker's Bad Fur Day. I know it's real beat up, but it still costs a pretty penny because it's so rare, or at least it's so valuable, sought after. I also have, this isn't like a rare game, but the accessories are. It's Hey You Pikachu. The NES was early 80s after the market crash. Yeah. So Hey You Pikachu is the next one. The reason that it's kind of rare is because I also have the setup here. You can see the little microphone. It works. I can talk to Pikachu. You can tell him to, you know, go jump off a microwave if you really wanted to. I don't know why you would do that, you little sociopath. I also got Pokemon Snap. That's not as cool as, like, I have Ocarina of Time. I know that's not as cool. I'm looking for Majora's Mask. If I can get my hands on the original Majora's Mask, I'm gonna get it. But that's just what I find interesting. Of course, this is a PS4, and back here, I'm just going to say, I don't need to prove it, like, it's the original PSVR system that hooks up to this. You know, you can see this fun setup, the camera here, that's all for the PSVR 1. It needed all these extra wires, and honestly, it's not even worth it anymore because there's the VR 2. This is your Xbox One. It's cool shit. It gets the job done. If I go down even further, come on. You can see there's a PS3 here and an Xbox 360 here. Xbox 360 games are here. Way below what you can see, there's a bunch of PS3, Wii games, PS4 games, like a whole bunch of stuff. But I just wanted to show you that those were there. We did not forget. Right here is the Wii U. My actual pad's over there near my bed because that's where I would play it. But here's a controller for the Wii U if you, for fun or whatever. But there's that, so we do have that as well. And then last but most certainly not least would be here at the top of this bookshelf, which is the PlayStation 5 with its PSVR 2, which only has the one cord. Oh my gosh, it's so great. Look at it. It's just the one thing. So it's fairly interesting, I like to think, generally. Being manhandled. I know, I'm sorry, I'm moving you guys around so much, I'm sorry. I apologize for being so manhandly, for going crazy. My brother had a PSVR, but every time I played it, got motion sickness. I have a Quest 2, my opinion, very better. I thought about getting, well, now they got the Quest 3, so honestly, if I'm going to spend the money, I might as well get that. But that's if I could save the money for it, because the damn thing's expensive. Like, everything's expensive. Like, and I already have the PSVR 2, like, and I have the VR 1, which means, like, I don't even use the VR 1 anymore, because most everything on the VR 1 has been transferred, or these things that I wanted to play have been transferred. I think the only game on the PSVR 1 that I'd still play would be, like, Iron Man VR. Don't be sorry. You can as much as you like. Thank you. So probably one of the rarest games that I have, or most expensive games now, for the Xbox 360 is X-Men Wolverine Origins. This thing cost $100. I do not know why it cost $100. I played the game. I beat the game. It's a fun game. It is fun. It's a fun game, but also I really like Wolverine, and I also like the movie Origins. I know that's a hot take, but this is not worth $100. Like at most, it's probably worth $40. I think it's just because on the internet everyone's freaking out saying it's the best Wolverine game ever, which might be true. Hey Gabriel, but I don't know if it's worth that price tag. We both are collectors, but I collect something else. Oh no, that sounds like a setup for something really bad. I also got the other Harry Potter games. I know I showed you guys like 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's our like 5, 6, 7, and 8, all for the Xbox 360. So 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Pretty fun. Let's see. I've got the Final Fantasy 13 trilogy. I know that everyone says it's dog shit, but I still got it anyhow. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. It's a whole trilogy, so that's what we got. I know that people also, this is a rare one now. I got it when it was like worth $30. Deadpool. I got that on 360, so that's kind of cool. Now it's worth like $50 or something like that, or $100 depending on if you got a buyer like that wants to sell that crazy shit to you. I also got some Spider-Man games. These are the Spider-Man games that are most popular, most valuable. The Web of Shadows and the Echoes of Time. This is just a disc only, so I can open it up and show you Echoes of Time. That's the one with all the other Spider-Man, like Into the Spider-Verse kind of shit. I also got the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I don't think that's as cool. I've also got Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. Those go for like $20 a pop, depending on who's selling it to you. Photography for PlayStation 4, I got a ton of, like, I got all my Resident Evil games there. I've got some Sonic games, but none of them are really rare. None of them are like overly like, oh my gosh. Same with Xbox, they're just some games. I've got the Deadpool game for Xbox One. That's rare now. Yeah, this thing, yeah, so that's rare now. The Wii's probably where we can get some more interesting stuff in the X and the PS3. So let's look there. I of course, okay, so I guess I'll start with Resident Evil because, you know, I just love that so much. Just can't live without it. So this is the Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles. This is Umbrella Chronicles. It's just the disc. So that's how that is. Yeah, I do have a lot of Titanic. That's up there. I can tilt this up a little bit. Yeah, it's up there with the Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach plushies. Yep, it's still going strong. Hasn't sunk yet. I got some Super Mario games for you. So let's pop those suckers out. Take a look at those Wii and Wii U games. We've got the Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Super Paper Mario and Paper Mario Color Splash. So we got some good Mario shit going on. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's cool at least. Let me pop these suckers back in. I have Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, but that's not as interesting. It's just not, just because it's on the Switch so much. But I have Twilight Princess for the Wii. I have Wind Waker HD for the Wii U. And I have Jaws for the Wii because, as I said, I have all the Jaws games that they ever made. I also have some Sonic games for the Wii. I'm pretty sure these are like Sonic Wii exclusives. Like, I've never heard of these in my life. They were dirt cheap. Like, they were like $10 to $15. It's Sonic Black Knight and Secret Rings. Let me yak nervous, but yeah, that's what I was telling people, is like, I kind of just want to ramble. I kind of just want to ramble about things I'm interested in, so that's kind of what I'm doing. So, like, I understand if that's not your thing, you don't want to watch, or if you do, I don't know, but just something I just find interesting. But those are most of the main games. Oh yeah, PS3, I didn't even get into some of that. Aliens vs. Predator isn't that interesting. Condemned 2. I got the God of War games. I got every Lego game. Little Big Planet. Ah! That's a cool one. That's a cool one. Those are cool. We can talk about these. Alright, so I got Resident Evil Raccoon City. I'm a huge Resident... If you guys haven't picked up, I'm kind of a big Resident Evil guy. So, yeah, I totally got that. Like, don't you worry. I totally got it. Next up is one that's probably the rarest PS3 game, which is Saw. I think it was like, what, $45 for Saw? Like, dang. And people say, like, it's a bad game, which I'm sure it probably is to today's standards, but, I mean, it's kind of cool to see, like, a horror franchise like that get a game. Like, imagine if they made, now, like, you know, around the time that a lot of these, like, horror movies started coming out, like, they made games after each movie, like with X-Men Wolverine Origins. Imagine if they did that for, like, horror movies, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's New Nightmare or some shit, or I guess a better one would be like Friday, like the remakes, like Friday the 13th remake or something like that. They made games after those. That'd be so cool. I'd love to see stuff like that. And of course, I have Sonic 06. This was the first Sonic game I ever owned. I got it when I was a kid, so it was Sonic all the way, baby. And I also have Sonic Unleashed, so it's pretty cool as well. You're a big Assassin's Creed fan. I'm not a huge Assassin's Creed. I tried it when I was younger, and I couldn't get into it that much. Maybe if I got into it, like I tried it now, I'd get into it more, but I just didn't care. My sister has some games of it. She hasn't played them yet, but if she likes them, I'll let you guys know, I guess. So that's how I remember it was with the NES. Honestly, like, when I played it, it was just the Mario games, really. But when I did it on the GameCube. I played The Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and I actually had a lot of fun. And I'm hoping that the next game I want to play, I just finished, let me pull this out. I actually just, in my free time, because I like having free time where I just play a game, I played Resident Evil 6. Not for the first time, I played it many times. I've done it on stream for a challenge marathon if you guys want to watch that. But I played it again to get points, because I haven't actually played it on the PS4 yet, so I just wanted to get my save files in, and I wanted to get points so that I could get infinite ammo. So I did. I got infinite ammo in the game. I haven't got all of it yet, but I've got infinite magnum ammo now, so I guess I could do that. If it's a long game, so honestly, like, I have to do it in small spurts. Like, it's a lot. It's a big fucking game. It's like I was a basic boring Minecraft player. Hey, I like Minecraft too. I have Minecraft right here. Let me pull this out. Look. Minecraft. Actually, there's Minecraft right there for you. That was the Minecraft I played when I was a kid. Xbox 360 all the way, boy. That's what I did. That's what was good. I recently got this Bully. I haven't played it yet. People say it's good. It was like $12, so it's not like rare or anything. But that was a lot of that looked fun. And I like Rockstar. I have the Grand Theft Auto games. Like, they did the trilogy, the original trilogy or whatever, and it was like Grand Theft Auto 3, San Andreas, and New Orleans or something like that. And I got 5 and 4, so I got all that. not too interesting. Let's see. What would be an interesting one to talk about? I got the Red Dead Redemption games. I got some Sonic games. I mean, if you find something interesting, you want me to talk to you about it more, just let me know. I got Friday the 13th. I got it on both. I mean, I sold my Xbox One version, I think, because like it's dead. So if I ever wanted to revisit it, I can, because I loved it when it came out. I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan, and like it was like my wet dream to have a game that wasn't dog shit, and now it's gone because they were lazy and they didn't want to work on it anymore. Like they blame Victor Miller on it, but honestly they could have kept working on it if they wanted to. Like, I don't like Victor Miller, just because his lawsuit has stunted the series more than it ever should have been, and he's not doing anything interesting with it. He just wanted money, and it's just stupid. I don't like it, so I'm a little mad at him for that whole lawsuit. The game, on the game side of it, it's the company's fault. They decided to use it as a scapegoat because they did not have to at any point. There was like the point that they had to was when they stopped selling the game, like, and that was years later. That was when they couldn't do it anymore. When they legally could not make money off of it anymore, that's when they actually had to stop. But that was years and years later. But I'm a huge Friday the 13th fan. This is the box set that they made a couple of years ago. That is just awesome. It's the Scream Factory people, so I have all of them. So beautiful. I just love Friday the 13th so much. I don't, like, if you're like, why, it's a shit movie. It's like, no, it's not shit, it's beautiful shit, alright? It's just fun, alright? I don't watch movies to get lectured by a bunch of privileged people who think they know better than everybody else. I watch them for entertainment, and these are just really entertaining. Right? Like, don't be hating on me. It's just objectively entertaining. Beautiful shit. It's amazing. It's just entertaining. It's just fun. Like, I have all the Halloween movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, all those sweet 80s slashers. Because you know what? It's fun. I like having fun. Would you play the Silent Hill games? I got the HD collection once on I think it was the PlayStation Network account that I, like the extra stuff. Now they combine that into Plus or something weird like that. I got lost immediately and didn't know what the fuck I was doing. Like, it took me like 30 minutes to have my first enemy encounter just because it was so weird and stupid. But they're making a remake of Silent Hill 2 coming out this October. I've pre-ordered that. I should hopefully be getting it when it releases. So I'm absolutely down for playing a Silent Hill game. But the people who've made it have kind of like, they just shit on the series. Like, like every once in a while I'll see like a really weird entry in Silent Hill, like, that I've never even heard. It's not even a numbered one for like the Xbox 360 or something like that. And I'll be like, I don't know if I want to spend my money on this. Like, maybe it's good, but maybe it's not. I don't even know. Like, everyone says like the only essential one is just Silent Hill 2. Everyone just loves Silent Hill 2. Like, they're not even remaking Silent Hill 1. Konami said, fuck that, we're just gonna remake Silent Hill 2. And they're still calling it Silent Hill 2. So, I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. You would think they'd try to revitalize the first one before they went to the sequel, but like Konami doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. They just want a shameless cash grab. So, I mean, I'll get the game and I'll play it, and hopefully I'll enjoy it, but Silent Hill's dead to me, just because the company's killed it. People love it so much, but I mean, I don't know what you want from me. You want me to spend like a fuck... Why is it having problems? I know there's Wi-Fi. Can you guys still see me? Fuck, I don't know. It's being like it can't connect. Let's see what the stream's doing. It seems fine. I don't know what's going on. Someone say something. Tell me that I'm still here. Did it die? Is it over? Is it Jover? No, it seemed to just skip. You froze for a bit, yeah. Sorry. So I want to play the remake, and yeah, QnA sucks nowadays. It just, like, I'm just saying, like, why didn't they just do one? If they wanted to just copy, you know, fucking Resident Evil and do your remakes, they should have remaked one. I know that, maybe they just don't know. Like, I know they did a big remake for 2, and that was first, but way before that on the GameCube, they remade 1. That was the big deal, and that's still on the PS4, and you can play it on the PS5. Like, they still gave it a justice of a remake. Not an RE Engine remake, but a remake that's playable and enjoyable. It's like Tormented Souls. That's getting a sequel, Tormented Souls 2. I pre-ordered that too. I'm pretty excited about it. That should be a lot of fun. That should be fun. Behind me, books. This is Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan, Alice in Borderland. There's other stuff like Chainsaw Man, Danza Dan, Demon Slayer, Junji Ito's collection, Legend of Zelda manga, Gantz. Behind you is what you probably saw earlier. So I have the first 91 piece because I got the 4 box sets that they came out in. I got the first 20 My Hero Academia because I got the 1 box set they made of that. I've got all of Momo the Blood Tiger, Manga Miruku-chan, not Manga Miruku-chan, it's just Miruku-chan. Miruku-chan, I'm thinking of the Dogi Tuber. I got the box set for the Promised Land, so I got that set up. I've got all 4 compendiums of the Walking Dead comic series. That's cool as well. So I got books, I got games, and I got some movies. I don't watch movies as much. So, it's cool. Oh, read more than 99%. Yeah, probably. Yeah, they don't like to read. Like, I got real books too, but I don't know if you guys would even know any of that. Like, I don't... What? I've got all the Five Nights at Freddy's books. I don't know if that counts as something you guys would know. I have Meg, and it's... You know the movie Meg? And it's... Like, that's a book series. Like, it's a book... Like, here's the first one, but, like, they have, like, 6. This is the newest one. It's called Meg Generations. So like there's 6 of those things. They're supposed to be coming out with a new one, but I feel like it's been postponed for some reason. I got classics. I'm working my way through Moby Dick right now. It's alright. Kind of crazy. Got like some H.P. Lovecraft, some Edgar Allan Poe, some Shirley Jackson. What else would you guys might know? I don't know what you guys would know or not. I got some like the classic stuff. So if it's a classic, I probably have it. I have the Wendigoon made a video about it. It's the No Longer Human book. I have the manga by Junji Ito, and I have the actual book. I actually have most of the books, like the 3 books that you can find at any bookseller that's made by the same author. So I actually have those. I might need Divine Comedy. I would love to read that. I actually don't have the Divine Comedy, mostly because I almost got it, but then I started reading it, and I was like, I can't understand what the fuck this guy's saying it, because he wrote it all in poems. I am not good at poems. Is Call of Cthulhu the best Lovecraft one, or is it overrated? I haven't read all the Lovecraft stuff, so I can't accurately say that. I think it's good enough to just give it a read. Like... I mean, I get it, like, people are like, oh, it's overrated, but, like, it's not. If it's literally so good that so many people overall like it, it's worth your time. I mean, it may not be your personal favorite, but it's definitely got to be good to some merit because so many people love it. I think just its notoriety speaks volumes on its excellence. Whether you agree or not, you cannot deny that you're in the minority if you say that you don't like it. So other stuff I have, War and Peace, things like that, things that, the schools make you read, and then a lot of horror books. Like, I have a whole Stephen King collection, like every book he's ever made, out in, like, the hallway there, just for everyone to see. I've got all the Bone books. I don't know if you guys know about that, the amazing, graphic, novel series. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, handhelds. I never even talked about handhelds. Let me situate you. Fuck. Sorry. Orientation got fucked. Let me put you guys down. Let me manhandle you guys a little bit better. I need to stop dissing my manhandling. I need to do better with my manhandling. Hi. You look nice today. I'm gonna get sued by Juice for using that. Let me put you guys down just a little bit more. All right. Sup? Hello, everybody. All right. So I do have the Wii U pad there, but I don't need to show you guys that. Like, I don't think you guys care that much about that. But I will show you some of the handhelds I got that are not the Game Boy, because like I have the GameCube for that. Like, who was the point? I had a couple of bone books in the library a decade ago. Yeah, but they're so good. I got all 9 of them. They're so good. It's a good series. Like, it's it's good. Take your time to read it because it's worth it. It's worth it. All right, let me just grab all this shit. All right. All right, I'm not gonna pick all this up, but like I have a bunch of stuff. All right, so we'll start with the earliest DS. Up there. This is, I know you can't see that well, but there's a DSi, a DS Lite, and a 2DS. DS Lite to play Game Boy Advance. DS Lite because that's what I grew up with. 2DS because I didn't have a 3DS at the time, and that's the only thing they had that would play a 3DS game. So, woo. What's your favorite manga? I've only read one series, and it's the Legend of Zelda manga, so I guess by default it's that. I have watched Attack on Titan, and I liked it. I haven't finished it, because I don't have access to the 4th season, so that's why I got the books. I just haven't had time to read in a while. I've been doing nursing. All my reading goes towards the textbooks, learning about medicine and stuff, so I just don't have as much time. But from everything that I see, I think my favorites would probably be, like... The Promised Neverland seems really promising. I'm kind of excited about Attack on Titan. That should be pretty good. I got Berserk. Apparently people like that a lot, so I might get into that a bit. But I don't know. This is what I use now. This is a 3DS XL, the new 3DS XL. You can tell that it's the new one because it has that sweet little joystick thing right there that you can use, so you can actually have 2 joysticks. So when you're playing a game like, I don't know, Resident Evil Revelations for the 3DS, you can actually use 2 joysticks like you would on a normal console. It's pretty great, pretty great. Works beautifully. Big screen, plays your 3DS and DS games. So I get the full package right there. Everything that says DS at the end, that baby can play. I don't know if these are cool to you guys. Maybe they are. I have, Final Fantasy 3 and 4 for the DS, so that's kind of cool. That's a thing. Let's see what these are. This is Yoshi's New Island and Animal Crossing for the 3DS. Got those. These are all like the back burner ones because they're the ones in the case. I have a bigger case. You guys are going to just wait. Wait until you see this shit. What books are you still reading though? I mean, I still read like when I can. I think the book I'm working through now is Moby Dick by Herman Melville. But I mean, I'd like to get into the manga. I'd like to get into FNAF. Like, there's just a lot of books. Choosing them is a lot of fun, and reading them is a lot of fun. It's just the time. I don't have the same amount of time. Here's Super Scribblenauts, and here's the Batman 3DS game. Blackgate. That's cool. Alright, here's the Pic de Resistance for this. It's my Legend of Zelda DS games. I'm pretty sure I have every single Legend of Zelda DS game known to man. So, this is the Legend of Zelda. These are all authentic, by the way. I don't buy... I make sure it's authentic, and the 3DS helps me make sure it's authentic, because the 3DS doesn't support any emulated DS games. It just won't run it. Plus, I also know the tricks and tips. I can go into that if you guys want. But I have Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. That's pretty cool. I've got Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, so that's pretty cool as well. I also have, of course, the Ocarina of Time and the Majora's Mask for the 3D remakes, basically. When I first get through those games, that's probably where I'm going to play them first, just because they're a better, more gamer-appropriate experience, and then I'm going to go back and get the old N64 versions. I have Legend of Zelda the Triforce Heroes, and I have Legend of Zelda A Link Between Worlds. So I have all of the banging, fucking jammin', amazing, beautiful Legend of Zelda games on that DS. Cannot wait to get through them all, because they all sound like a lot of fun. But for I'll use
the Phantom Hourglass, because that's the one I had the most difficulty with. I got like these I actually bought one of these and it was a fake, so I returned it. But like different techniques, you could look up a video, but at the bottom is usually lettering. I know it's not focusing for some reason, so sad times, but that lettering's important. The middle four numbers should match up with the first four numbers of black text on the back. Oh, you can't see because it won't focus. That's sad. There's black text on the backs of these usually. It shouldn't line up. Another thing is smoothness. Authentic Nintendo cartridge games are smooth at the back, like completely smooth. Fake ones tend to be rugged. Also at the top, if you look at the top, there should be a small, very small indentation. You can't feel it with your finger really, maybe a little bit. You can see it better though. If you look at it and you see a small indentation at the top that's like a weird rectangle, it's authentic. If it doesn't have that, it's a fake. Those are some good tips for knowing if it's real or fake. Sometimes the color can help, and I'll go into that in a little bit right now. So my other DS games, because I have a whole bunch, is in this big old thing. Look at this big thing. Holy crap. Big old fucking case. It has 60 games in it, and every single one of them's filled. It's crazy. What do you guys think? You reckon you'd be able to reach 10K one day? Oh, man. Emily, I do remember that you read religious texts. I do remember that. I remember talking to you about religious texts. I remember that. A Mori manga is good. I haven't even heard of a Mori manga. So yeah. Alright. Let's pop this sucker open, this big old thing. Look at this shit. So many fucking, like, front and back. Like, there's 60 games in here. So let's get started. So, on one end, it's Pokemon games. I have every single Pokemon game on the DS, except for Dash and Kill or whatever. Those are stupid. I'm not getting those. The only one that I'm looking for that I don't have is Heart Gold. I do not have Pokemon Heart Gold, but I have every single other one. Let's see. Black and White. That's pretty cool. Those are rare. Those are at least like 100 each. Or 80 to 100 each. Black 2 and White 2. This one I actually got for free. I was at work. I work on the ambulance. I work for 911 services. I was helping train a student. And I was talking to them just while there was some downtime about how I like Pokemon games. And they said, I think I might actually have Pokemon Black 2. And they gave it to me because I was helping them so much. I actually took the extra time to help teach them a couple of tricks about the trade and the medicine, just help them notice the signs and symptoms of different things that we were experiencing. Be like, hey, this is, and they wanted to thank me, so they just gave this to me. Works great, authentic, like everything. It's perfect. It was super kind of them to do that. This is my Soul Silver. Got it for like $75 at a GameStop. Pretty great. Okay, this is the one that everyone usually freaks out about. This is your Diamond and Pearl with your Platinum. Oh my gosh, all three crazy. It's alright. I like the remakes. That's actually the first Pokemon game I ever played, the Pokemon remakes. My favorite Pokemon is Piplup, because my first Pokemon game really to actually play and complete was the Shining Pearl on the Switch, and my starter was the Piplup, and it's amazing. I actually have a plushie of the Piplup in my room if you guys want to see it. I have the entire, hold on, let me see if I can hold this right without fumbling it, Pokemon Ranger Trilogy. So there's Guardian Signs, that's the third one. There's the Shadows of Alma, which is the second one, the one that Jaden Animations played. And here's the original Pokemon Ranger. Gengar is my thing. Yeah, I really like Piplup. I like him just because, I mean, my ride or die, I like my water starters. I have Pokemon Conquest. I haven't played it, but people seem to like it. I got it for fairly cheap. Now people are asking crazy prices for it for some reason. Here's the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. The red one was on the GameCube Advance. The other version of it came out on the DS, surprisingly. That's an interesting one. Here's another trilogy people might freak out about for Mystery Dungeon. This is the Explorer of Darkness, Explorers of Time. And then the rare one is the Explorers of Sky. I swear, whenever they make it green, it's expensive. Green looks badass. That's it for the DS ones. Next up would be the 3DS ones. So we have like our Sun and Moon, which I've started my Sun campaign. I haven't finished it though. Because Bree wanted to start it, so I just started with it. The Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I want to have it like a beat like campaign on all of them one day. That's just, you know, when I get the chance. Here's our Alpha Sapphire Omega Ruby. This is also one of the reasons that getting the authentic copies of the old stuff is not as important to me, because there's these good remakes anyhow that I can play and get the same experience, so why would I pay $1 million? Here's X and Y. I have those. I know people may not like them as much, but I do have them. The final Pokemon games, let's see. I have the Mystery Dungeon ones. There's Super Mystery Dungeon and the Gates of Infinity, or Gates to Infinity. Pretty good, pretty good. I know we're blowing by these fast, but there's just a lot of them. The last Pokemon-related game is the original Detective Pikachu. This one actually took me the longest to find. But I have it, Detective Pikachu. Those are all my Pokemon games. Here's another turn-based RPG. It's called Sonic Chronicles. They made a turn-based RPG out of Sonic, the Dark Brotherhood. It's supposed to be turn-based RPG. I have the entire trilogy for the Fossil Fighters. So, you know Jade Animations? I talked to her a little bit earlier. She played this game called Fossil Fighters on the DS. So I got that. Turns out there were 2 sequels. There's Champions and there's Frontiers. Got them both. The movie was kind of bad for Detective Pikachu. I actually haven't seen it, so I don't know. But I have no idea. But the game should be a lot of fun. This is Cooking Mama. I know that Jaden also did, like, you know, Jaden buys these games and they get popular, and, you know, if I see it, I'm like, you know what, hey, maybe I should try it since they say it's good. I have every one of the main stem, not the side stuff, the actual main Lego games on the DS. So from the Lego Star Wars all the way to Lego Star Wars. What I think of Minecraft movie. I think I already talked about this. I think it's stupid how they used live action people for a 3D movie. I think it's stupid. I think the costume designs are the worst and most egregious. Whoever did costume designs needs to get fired. But, you know, I got like Indiana Jones, Lego Batman. Oh, probably the rarest one, I've only seen it once and I got it, was Lego Indiana Jones 2. The fact that it exists, like, I've never even seen it. But I got the Lego Harry Potter 1 and 2, Lego Star Wars 3, Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. Another rare one might be Lego Lord of the Rings on the DS, because that one they can't sell anymore because of the lawsuit that happened. The company used actual audio clips from the movie for their cutscenes, and they couldn't legally do that, so that's why you can't get Lord of the Rings now unless you buy it from like a used copy. But I got like Lego City, Lego Marvel, the Lego Movie, Hobbit, Batman 3, Jurassic World, and Avengers. All the Lego ones. If it's a Lego game, I have it on the DS as well as a main console. Here's the Luigi Mansion ones, Luigi Mansions 1 and 2. So yes, I have Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube and on the 3DS, and I have the sequel on the 3DS as well. So getting them Luigi Mansions completed, I tell you what. I also got the Super Mario Bros. Games. The new Super Mario Bros., the new Super Mario Bros. 1 and 2, got those. Recently just beat Super Mario Bros. 1. Here's our Super Mario 3D Land. I got 3D World on the Switch. Here's our Super Mario 64 DS. The fact that I have this has stopped me so far from getting 64 on the actual Nintendo 64. I also have it on the Switch. I'm about to show you guys that when I get a chance. Here's the ones that some of you guys might actually be genuinely interested in as well. Yeah, they did just put a Jack Black and blue shirt. Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, what else the fuck is Jack Black gonna wear for Steve? Like, he's just a blue shirt guy. I think that's fine. I think everyone else looks stupid. They're wearing like bright purple, orange, and pink colors, and it looks stupid. Alright. It's the Mario and Luigi stuff. You know, I showed you guys the Superstar Saga. Let me pull that crap out. Superstar Saga. I don't have the DS remake of Superstar Saga, but I do have Partners in Time, Bowser's Inside Story, Dream Team, and the Paper Jam. Whether you guys like it or not. I also have the Super Paper Mario sticker star for 3DS as well. Cast of Steve. That's fine. I think it'll be fun though. I like Jack Black as an actor, so I'm not too mad about that. I'm not really all that mad about it. I mean, at least he's a gamer. Resident Evil Revelations on the 3DS, that was a lot of fun to get. I have it on the PS4 and stuff too, but it's just cool. Jaws, Ultimate Predator. Of course, that's the last one. That's the last Jaws game. Jaws on the NES, Jaws on the PS2 and Xbox, which I have both, and then Jaws on the Wii and 3DS, so I have every Jaws game. This one is apparently rare. I haven't played it yet. It's called Corpse Party. Should be fun. Seems like a horror game that's like visual novel-like, so might be right up the alley of DDLC stuff. But that's all the big DDLC stuff that I got. Now, it's time to get into my Nintendo Switch collection. I have a Switch Lite, so that should be fun. These are all the big boy games that I got. Whoop-de-woo. I got all the Legend of Zelda games I have so far. I've pre-ordered the new one that's coming out this month. Pretty excited about that. But I have like Link's Awakening, Skyward Sword, Hyrule Warriors, Calamity, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. I've 100%ed Breath of the Wild, and I've beat Tears of the Kingdom. I tried 100% Tears of the Kingdom, but I got bored. I got bored. I'm sorry. I got so far. I'm honestly not that far away from 100%, but I was just I just didn't care. I was getting through the Koroks, and the Koroks are usually a lot of fun for me. And at a certain point, I was like, I'd rather just be playing Breath of the Wild. I know that that's a hot take because most people like Tears of the Kingdom more, but I just like Breath of the Wild more, man. I have the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, that beautiful game. So that I have Super Mario 64 on that, so I don't really need to get the N64. I have RPG, Mario Odyssey, Mario U Deluxe, 3D World, and Wonder, the new one. For Pokemon, I have Shining Pearl, Let's Go Pikachu, Shield, Violet, Mystery Dungeon, DX, Arceus, Detective Pikachu Returns for 2, and the new Pokemon Snap. I also have the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door and the Paper Mario Origami King. I also have Luigi's Mansion 2 and 3, so I have all those here. In my other case, this one's hardly even filled. It just has some outside games let's see, Skyrim. I have Skyrim on the PS4, so I wouldn't even play it on the Switch right now. Resident Evil 1, 0, 4, 5, and 6. I've got Call of Cthulhu, Catherine Full Body. This is a good one, Deathmark. This is a horror visual novel game that's really good. If you ever get a chance to play it, I'd highly recommend it. For the actual Switch games that I have in my case, because this is my case, little Pokemon case for you real quick. Let's see, got myself the Animal Crossing, because of course, you gotta have it. Batman, the trilogy they released, FNAF Security Breach, Hogwarts Legacy, Lego Harry Potter Collection, and SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. I have all of those games for my PS4 as well, if they release on the PS4. Animal Crossing, of course, did, but all those other ones that are main stems, I have all of those on my PS4. But if they're so fun that if I'm on the travel, I kind of do want to play them. I just really do like those games. But yeah, that's the Switch. Switch Lite, a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. I think and that's pretty much everything. To pull a Sonic movie. I do hope they pull a Sonic movie. That could be a lot of fun, but who knows. I'm excited for the new Sonic movie. Since we're talking about that a little bit, I am excited for that. What's something else we wanted to talk about? Let's see. Talk about making mods. Do you guys want to hear the production process of making a mod? Well, too bad. I'm going to tell you guys anyhow. So for me, it's actually really simple. So the fact that it takes me so long is mostly a issue of motivation to actually do the work, because I'd rather just do other things. Plus, sometimes I'm forced to do other things like schoolwork and stuff like that, or actual my job work. So there's those things that also interfere with it. But my motivation is usually just I have to have that inspiration to really do it, because it's I feel I don't know, I just feel oh. But when I do feel like it, generally I come up with an idea. And the idea is usually the easiest part and the most fun part. I love coming up with the idea of what I want to write, what I want to happen generally. I'll write it down in a notes or a doc or somewhere, just kind of a step by step. This scene to this scene to this scene. So like first is the idea, then it's kind of writing, or like mapping it out, and then we'd start coding right from there. Just start coding each scene individually. And when we come across a problem like, oh, maybe we want a unique sprite, or maybe we want a unique sprite, that's when I'd probably start researching to find backgrounds, or to go on GIMP and make a custom like sprite look, or whatever I might want for the mod. And then I'll have to put in the definitions, and then see if it works, and then keep going to make the mod, make it work, make it beautiful. After I'm done coding, I'll copy and paste my code into a doc to do some simple spell checking, because it'll tell me if I like just spell things wrong easily and freely. It's free. I like that. After that, I'll go back to my actual document and I'll read through it word by word, and I'll usually read it out loud. So one, I can check to see if it makes sense, like what I'm saying makes sense. Like sure, it may be grammatical, but does it sound right? And then two, what I'll do is while I'm doing that is also check for spelling mistakes, because Doc's not going to get everything. After I've checked for all the spelling mistakes and that it's what I wanted to say, then I'm going to go and check the actual code as I'm playing. Like I'm going to boot it up and I'm going to go through it to make sure the sprites are appearing as they should, they look like they should, the characters' names are like they should, and I go through the mod like that. After all of that, then I'm going to put it on auto, and I'm going to screen record the entire video. After that, and I've screen recorded the entire video, I'll edit it, which is usually just cropping out the beginning and ending of the recording. Nowadays I'll add a couple things more, like maybe some music that I wanted to add, or maybe a couple sound effects, maybe a couple visual effects every once in a while. Nothing too fancy, just a little extra stuff. And at that point I'll upload it. I'll copy and paste all the resources that I used. I have a doc, a Google Doc that has all of the resources and the links to those resources, and I'll copy and paste those onto the description of the video, not just to give credit, but just that if you were a creator and you watched the video and you said, oh, I really want to use that background or something, you can easily find it through the link, and then you can use it. So we could all make cool mods. What are you guys saying? I'm saying a lot from. Well, my biggest thing was that hinders my development of my mod is the multi-chapter project. Yeah, I have to go through the development process once for each chapter, plus once for the overall story of the mod. And because of how many times I have to do that writing process, things change and are moved around, which means I either have to tweak previous chapters or reread chapters I'm working on. I don't have to do that too much. When I finished Stalker, I planned out everything else way before I even made a mod. Like Gone Missing was what we were in detail working on, but the plans for Corruption, Burner's Adventure, and Doki Doki War was already planned out. I had an idea of what I wanted to happen. I spent a day just mapping out what I wanted to happen. So I already knew what I wanted to reference, what I wanted to happen. So that way when I'm making the actual story and getting the details, all the things kind of make sense and place together. Sometimes new ideas happen. An example would be the Children of the Institute, which was a new idea. The good thing about that idea is that I was easily able to implement it into the series at that time. There wasn't anything that says that I just couldn't do it without that. It was no problem. To add onto it and to help it grow, it was no problem. And so now we've got, a finale series that's going to look a little bit different than originally planned, but most generally going to be the same. But that's generally how I make a mod. It's not too difficult. It's just really time consuming, because I'll write, thousands of lines of dialogue, and it'll be an hour or 2 hour long mod. So that just takes time. Because I like writing more than I like coding. Coding's fine, but I just like writing. But I like the aspect of the visual novel because it just seems easier to read, especially for a generation that I'm growing up in that hates reading. Talk about making the awards. So the process for making the awards is different and more time consuming. So for this year, what I do is on my channel I have, if you go to it, you scroll down, you can find a list of channels called Amazing DDLC channels. On there you're going to find just about every DDLC channel known to man. Whether it's active or not, it's there. So if you ever were man, I can't wait for Bernard to release another video, but he's not yet, I just want that DDLC content, well, you got a lot of options, and I present them to you freely and easily. So, explore what you like. I'll go down that list, and I'll check everyone who actually made content in 2023. I'll write their names down, and there we go. We just got our best DokuTuber award list because they all made content in 2023. Only requirement. Now, of course, when it comes to people that I don't know of yet, usually I find them during the process of searching for nominations. So since I'm watching a bunch of DDLC videos, YouTube's algorithm is going to pump more YouTube videos my direction. So I'll actually find new people that way, most likely, or through word of mouth. So it's really what, who you know, because, I'll hear, things from people about like, oh, check out this creator, check out that creator. That's probably the best way. And honestly, if you're a creator and you want to be in the awards, the best way to do it is to reach out to me. You can easily get to my Discord link. It's in my channel. It's in my channel bio. Just join it. And you can just DM me and be like, hey, I'd like to be a part of the awards, or hey, I'm interested, or hey, this is something, cool, or whatever. That's the best way to keep in contact is through Discord. That's where I'm going to be most active on, because my phone's set up to get the actual pings from when people at me and stuff, so I'll be notified. So it's the best way to do it. You can do it other ways. I'm just not promising that you'll be successful, and I won't feel sorry because you're not doing it the way that I suggested. I gave you a totally easy option. You're like, nah, I'm gonna stay with Discord. It's like, you don't need to do anything crazy. It's free, but whatever. I don't know. After that, after I get my main list, it's basically going to go to each award. I'll do it by person now. I used to do it by award, but I do it by person now. So I'll go to a channel, and I'll look at all of their 2023 content. I'll skim through it, look at the thumbnails, look at the titles, look at the videos. I'll see what the view count is so I can find out what's the most popular videos, and look at those specifically to see if they apply to any of the awards. If they don't, then I'll go into what's the next most popular, and keep going down the list that way. If there's something about a person's thumbnail, video, or title that indicates that it has a specific theme, like if we're talking about best tragedy mod, and one of them looks really depressing, then I'm going to check that out first. If that's the last award that I'm missing, I've got them set up for everything else, but I haven't found a tragedy mod, and there's one that looks like a tragedy mod, I'm going to look at it, see if it actually is a tragedy mod, and then probably nominate it if I can't find anything else. And I'll do that for every channel. I'll go down the list alphabetically, and I'll nominate them. And we'll do that for every award as best as I can. And then you just keep doing that until you get through all the nominees. And it's that simple. It's just that to do that, it's really time consuming because each channel has a whole bunch of content, and it's just time consuming to sift through. Just a single nominee could take as long as an hour or 2 hours depending on how much content they have. And the worst part is that with a large amount of content, you can easily miss things because there's just rows and rows and rows of content, and half of it doesn't have anything to do with DDLC. So you just easily miss things, because some people just upload all the time, and it makes it difficult to find every video. So, and that's just a me thing. That's not a them thing. That's not me telling them to stop uploading. That's just a part of the show. But once we get our nominations down, whenever a person is nominated, if we're in contact with them, especially if we have a server for this, so if you are a DokuTuber who's nominated, get in contact with me so you can get notified of these things. We'd be like, hey, we'll tell you, hey, you've been nominated for these amount of awards, and we'll be like, if you want to look at the awards that you've been nominated for, like the actual videos, and make changes, just let us know. We want people to have access to that and say, hey, I think this is a better video to nominate for this, to have your opinion heard. Great. If you have no way to contact you, then there's nothing I can do about that, though. Some people have absolutely no way to contact them. And I'm not spending the next week commenting on these people's new uploads and hope that they respond enough to get into a Discord thing. That's just ridiculous amount of effort for, because that's just one person, but I know it wouldn't be that bad if it was just one person, but it's 50 people. I'm not doing that. If they don't want to be contacted, that's fine. I don't have to contact them, but they shouldn't complain to me when they didn't get their creators' input if they did not, make themselves accessible. That's just how I see it. Either way, after the nominations, we get through all of that, and then around that time, we're going to be talking about guest appearances. Around that time, we're going to be asking people if they'd be interested in doing a guest appearance, and if they do, we put their name down, and when we actually get the nominations done, we're going to be telling them, this is it, get ready. We're going to be making the voting forms. We'll go to Google Forms. We'll make 30 different forms, fill out all the nominees with the links right there for you to click and use so you can get to the channel, get to the video or whatever. And then once we're done with the voting forms, we will save it all. We will record a announcement video, And once the announcement video is up and running, and we have all the forms in the description and all that, and everybody can start voting, we will send out the documents and information to every guest appearance to let them know exactly what they're doing, the category, and all that stuff, so they can start working on it even earlier. Because they can't finish it until the winner's been announced, but they can start. We let them know. And then during that month, we usually just kind of monitor how things are going with the guest appearances and the voting, see who's winning. By the time that the month's over and we see who has won, we will look at the voting form, see who's won, tally up the votes. It'll usually do it for us, but we can look through it again just to make sure it's right. And then we'll calculate first, second, and third place, and then we'll make certificates for that, which is usually done on Canva, or whatever else Bree uses. Bree, around this time, will be making the emblems that will be implemented into the photos. She'll be doing a lot of drawing for the sprites that we want to use to represent myself and herself, and the emblems for first, second, and third place. That is all her drawing, and she's amazing for that. She also sets up the themes and textures for those certificates. So if you like how they look, really, it's doing her. All I did was just type in the names and stuff like that to make it look all pretty, to make it personalized to each winner. So we go through all the winners, make sure they have their certificates. That takes a good handful of hours. For this time, we also had the choice awards, which added a whole new element to awards because we could only make a certificate once we knew who won those awards, which meant we had to wait for them to submit those awards, and some people were really late to making those. No offense to those people who were late, I understand you have your lives, but that was just an element that we hadn't thought of. And it happens, we learn. In the future to be like, hey, just let me know. It only takes 5 seconds if it's just one though, so it's not really a big deal. But I remember that being like, oh man, I can't get it done now. Well, we'll get the certificates done, and then we'll send out the information of who won to the people who are going to be announcing who won. Let them know. And then we're just waiting for them to submit their things. Bree and I will record our segments. We'll put them into an editing software, which we use just CapCut to just kind of slap everything together. And as we got things, we edited it together so the different parts would have more music, there'd be thumbnails. A lot of people did not put thumbnails in their videos because I don't require them to. I just edit it in. It's no problem. I can do that. I can easily just put a thumbnail there. So that's what I did. For this year's award, though, and with last year's, we would make the deadline for your guest appearance be right on the cusp of actually releasing the actual show. I gave myself no good time to actually final edit stuff. So the write it out section, the voice actor section, and the best Natsuki section, and so very last minute edited together because I didn't learn about it until very last minute. Arc V stuff, they had a power outage I think, and they couldn't send it to me, which was really sad because I'm pretty sure they worked really hard on it. And so did Write It Out. Write It Out had a computer issue where all of their files were corrupted or deleted after they were trying to import it and stuff, and it crashed and everything was gone. So they had bigger problems than just the awards. They were having a rough time, which is really sad that they couldn't be there, honestly, because they put so much work into it. Strawberry Sauna was having some I think some health issues or something like that. So we wish them the best. So when we recorded our let's go back in and make sure they're covered the actual award. It was pretty quick, last minute stuff. We'd probably change stuff in the future with our scheduling to make sure that it does not happen, but it is what it is for now. And there were mistakes, and I think I explained a lot of those mistakes during the awards. If you were paying attention, and we do plan to make it better if we do it again next year. Who knows? It's a lot of work and it's a lot of stress. Probably one of the most difficult parts is people managing. Managing people, because everyone's got questions. Everyone's I don't know what you mean by doing this specific thing for this guest appearance, or they have critiques for me, and some of them are less critiques and more insults, and sometimes they are more critiques, and some so it's a weird hash patch of stuff like that. Whether it is either way, I'm not that offended either way because these guys are passionate about it. That's the funny thing for people who want to be passive aggressive on it. They're really passionate about the show and the concept and what it means. They don't want it to end, they just want it to be better, which is totally acceptable. We hope that it goes better. We hope that the future of the show is better. Just something for everybody to enjoy. Because that's all. I mean, it's just me. I also think people don't know that. It's just me. Like, Bree's there to do the artwork, but I don't make her do the nominations. Fuck no. She doesn't deserve to go through that hell. It's a lot of work, and I just do it because I trust myself only to do it right. I feel like other people would mess it up. I trust the creators to tell me what they would want to be nominated, and that's fine. But that's not. I'm not gonna ask another person to comb through a YouTube channel and give me the recommendations because there's too many biases in the community for me to even allow such power. Like, so many people have their own personal vendettas against other creators, and they purposely screw them over in any way possible. Like, there's just so much of that, and I can't risk it. I don't trust people to be 100% impartial. And that's nothing against the people. I understand, like, some of these people are not great, and I don't think, I just think, for the awards, I just have to ensure that for myself, for the show that I want to make. Because if they do something and I don't catch it because I'm human and I make mistakes, then it's on me. It's not on them because, it's my show. I approve everything before it gets, into the show. I approve of it. So if you're mad at a section, it's not just you're mad at them for making the section. You'd be mad at me for approving of that section for the show. So that's just an extra hassle that I don't want to go through. I'd rather just suffer. And we'll see. Maybe it'll change. Maybe if we get more people, who knows? Maybe my opinion on it will change. I was watching my 3-hour stream from 3 years ago, and honestly, a lot of things that I knew were different. I remember someone asked if I played a Dark Souls game. I have played Skyrim once, didn't get that far, and quit because it was on my Switch and it was kind of difficult to orient. I have it on a PS4 now, so hopefully I'll be able to play it better. I also have Elden Ring, haven't played it yet. They also asked if I ever played a Final Fantasy game. And I, for some reason, thought, like, you hear my answer and it doesn't make sense because I was saying there's cool box sets that have all the games. That's not Final Fantasy. That's Kingdom Hearts. I have Kingdom Hearts and I have Final Fantasy now, and I know the difference. I was so away from Final Fantasy, I didn't even know that. I was crazy. Let me see. I've seen some comments. I haven't been, looking. Let me see. I'm sure you would have heard me when you needed somebody to fill in for Music Award, and I reached out. Well, no, I had to have heard of you because we put you in the server. For you to be in the server, I have to hear about you at least a little bit. But yeah, cool to see that you've gotten to find this many. Yeah, it is pretty cool. It was a long time. Are you happy with how the awards turned out? I am generally happy with it for right now. I think it's way too long. I mean, I know it's way too long. And I've got some good ideas to shorten it, to make it better in that sense. But I will say that when I watched it, the premiere with a bunch of friends, I had a wonderful time watching through it. And once again, I love the reactions to people who win the awards. People took it so seriously, and they enjoyed the fact that, people voted for them and they were winning these awards. It was a huge achievement. And no matter what criticisms came my way, the criticism was ever, this needs to stop. They just want it to be a bit more polished, a little bit better, because they really do like the show. And I think that's an achievement in of itself. I mean, you have all these people who just enjoy the show. I mean, they could say it's not perfect and all that, but to some extent, they still enjoy it, which is really cool. So I do like that, and I like a lot of things to it. Who knows how it'll go after this third one? I think, third time's the charm. We're going to really give it, our final best for a third one for 2024, and we'll see how that goes. And if I'm not 100% happy with it, then I'll probably stop because it's not worth the effort if people are just unhappy with it. But if people still like it, then we'll keep going. I honestly, I base it on a reaction basis. If people don't like it anymore and they don't want to do it anymore, then I don't need to go through all this effort for it. It's for the creators, and if the creators don't care, then, what's the point? Because it's not really for me, it's for everyone else. It doesn't do anything for me. It's for all these amazing people who contribute to the community. It's my way of showing appreciation to all the people who don't get appreciation, who may not feel validated in their efforts, because I know how that feels. I think it achieves most of an 1.5 long stream. Well, time to rewatch every single mod I watched on this channel. What, you gonna start asking me questions? You gonna quiz me? We gonna get to that trivia part? You gonna be like, at Doki Doki Stalker, what was the dish that Natsuki makes for everyone to eat? The answer is lasagna. And people got mad with the way I spelled it because I was technically right by English standards, but I didn't have the little squiggly line above it. So people got mad. He said that like a 3-day event could be pretty cool. Separate award videos for folks on certain types of awards. Maybe. I just don't know if people would return. You ever look at like a series that's like 1 part, 2 part? The next parts are always less popular than the first part. If I can shorten down an award show to like 3 hours, I think that's more than enough to just do one show. I mean, 1 3-hour show, like, that's not a big deal. I think there's, that's shorter than the OG awards in 2022, which was 4 hours long, I think. If we could get it to that short length, that's how short I'm thinking about making, like 3 hours. Like, I'm thinking about basically just putting a cap on everyone's appearance to be 5 minutes in length, at most. And I'm thinking about renaming nominations. I think the beginning of the show we're going to have a section where we basically say these are all the nominees, and we list like basically all the channels that were nominated for awards, and we basically say if you want the details for what video and what award, then you can go to the description and look at the docs that have all that information right there. And we'll probably do that, and then we just go into the guest appearances, which should be 5 minutes apart. I mean, I'm thinking 3 hours, nothing more, and it should be pretty simple, pretty sweet, pretty easy. No problem. Easy, quick show. I think that would be kind of the plan. That could turn out pretty good. Yeah. I think that's kind of like I think that's what we're gonna do. Kind of really shorten it up, real sweet and nice, and still have the same themes, the same goals, aspirations for what we want for the community. Because I get it, and we're probably going to be a little bit stricter on who we allow to be nominated. Like, I don't think Shadow's going to be nominated again, because people are getting more and more uncomfortable with the show, like people to be participating in, because of the drama of the community inserts itself into the awards, because we're nominating people, and it's like, should we nominate this person? Should we not nominate this person? So we're probably going to be a little bit more strict on it, because if everyone's if every creator is going to be like, I don't want to be a part of this because of the drama, then there's no really point in the show anymore. I don't want drama to kill it, so I have to bend the knee a little bit and try to compromise with a lot of the people. So I don't think anyone's going to miss Shadow or Panda in the show or anything like that, but the main point of having him there was basically just to prove the guy wrong, and he wasn't even there. But I just wanted, just for historical standpoint, that if anyone wanted to say, well, is it a white praising scam? Well, obviously not. Not only did so many people of different ethnicities and race win awards, but we didn't even discriminate against him to potentially win an award. That was the idea. Either way. So, that's why, we did that. Usually every other time there's someone who just does something that's just really heinous, usually, like, crazy stuff, like you hear about it, like pedophilia or stealing content. We were like, we can't nominate that. Stolen content. That might get really interesting, because right now there's like a weird little smaller controversy revolving a couple of DokuTubers who are using OCs, or original characters, that are not for free use. We might not have to nominate those people because of that if they don't stop, because it's technically stolen content. It's weird. It's a weird gray area, but we'll have to cross that bridge when we reach it. But that's been happening recently, and we don't want to support stolen stuff, Stolen's not good. Yeah, that's generally the award stuff. Like, we have to deal with that stuff. People, like, in our servers complain about, like, is AI stolen stuff? So then we had to decide, what is our stance on AI, And it's pretty in the middle. If you're using just AI art and that's all you're using, that's your video. Because there's a DokuTuber that just started that. Their entire videos are just AI slideshows. We won't nominate that because of how AI works. But if you use AI as a tool, and you're upfront about it, like, hey, this is AI, we don't care. As long as people know that it's AI, that's all we care about, we'll still nominate it. And if the people that are voting, are saying that that's wrong and they don't like AI, then they just don't have to vote for your category or vote for that person because they used AI. Let the people decide, not me, kind of thing. I don't want to have to step in and make a divine intervention like that unless it's something that's pretty serious. But that's something that comes up a lot for the awards as well, of what should and should not, the precedents and the priority and the rules. So it's like a whole thing. Let's see. Next up on the list. Anecdotes of making old mods. Well, let's see. Why did you change the name of Bernerka's Doki Doki Adventure to Doki Doki Asylum? Oh, that was a suggestion. Okay. So you know Quirks Quirks is the big Doki tuber with like over 100,000 subs. I think they're getting close to 200,000 maybe. I don't know. Quirks they reached out to me during the 2022 awards to talk to me about my content, not the awards at all. They said that for a person who's so passionate and has such a grind for the for the community, he wanted to give me advice about making videos. And he said, you need to change your thumbnails, and he gave me criteria of what makes a good thumbnail. He did a whole analysis, and he gave me criteria about titles, to be more eye-catching and to be more not so alienating to a viewer. So the original title is Bernerk's Doki Doki Adventure, because it's all about Bernerk's adventure in DDLC. I mean, it's his story, really. That's the whole main plot point. But people may not know Bernerk, and people may not know that sprite or that face for the channel. That was what he argued, and I said, sure, I don't care. I'll change it, who knows. So I changed it to Doki Doki Asylum, since the other plot point, outside of just Bernerk being a part of it, would be the fact that all the Dokis are trapped in an asylum. And it does sound much more catchy. What sounds like a more interesting story? Bernerk's Doki Doki Adventure or Doki Doki Asylum? So, that's why we made that change. That's also why we made a change to all the thumbnails. All the thumbnails have had a huge overhaul, to being more, hopefully, eye-catching. And I think it's generally worked. Most people have said they liked the change, so that's kind of why. I was advised to make those changes from courses. So when I had the time, way later on, I implemented those changes to see if they'd work. I made a whole bunch of different thumbnails that I thought better fit what I was looking for. I kept doing stuff like that, and I think it's generally been pretty good. Using AI generated to build your ideas of stuff is very different than just straight up AI generated material. Yeah, so that's kind of like what we did. And I didn't come to that on my own. What we did is that we made polls in the server that we have, of all the creators who are being nominated in the first place, to see how they feel about it. We wanted to have more than just my opinion and other people. We had a whole group opinion and a poll on what they wanted. And not only did they vote on it, we basically said, give us, some of your reasoning, some of your arguments. And when we got to have a big discussion about it, it allowed us to better formulate a set of rules that indoctrinated ideas from everybody who was a part of that. Everyone who had their ideas and wanted to share that. We were able to indoctrinate a lot of that, put a lot of that to it. Made it a bit better. And it was from old mods. I wanted to start making mods a long ass time ago. I was probably rewatching some stuff from like Markiplier's playthrough, because that's when I first started watching DDLC. Like, that's the first time I ever saw DDLC anything. And then I got this video that said friendly chat with Dead Suki, and it was like this like short video, but I was like, what the fuck, this wasn't in the game. And I clicked on it, and it was really intense and emotional. And I thought it was a playthrough of a new DDLC game. So I was freaking out, thinking like, oh my gosh, there's finally a new game to this game. That's going to be so cool and interesting. And then it turns out, as I kept looking at the description, that it was just a mod. It was not a sequel, and it was by The Bike. But it was pretty interesting, and I saw that it recommended me The Month of Natsuki right after that. And so I watched it. And it was so damn good, I spent the entire night, up until the wee hours of the morning, watching a month with Natsuki after a month with Natsuki after a month with Natsuki. It was crazy. I kept watching. It was so much fun. I actually, after that, I watched every single video that he ever uploaded. I have watched all of it. At least up until that point. Nowadays, I have some catching up to do. But back then, like, I grinded on that. And then I found other people like Dredgenox, which I don't think I watched every video of his, he just made too many. But I watched a lot of his series, like Serious and Adult was one of them, Yuri Yandere Teacher was another one, series of Ghost, I think was one of them. I also watched that. So some of his older series definitely were ones that I watched as well. And then after that, I found Monica D, or Monica Smiley Face. And around that time, I also found like Beluga, Combo Dev, Spaghetto. I don't watch nearly as much of their content as like Bike and Dretchinox. But for Monica D, I watched one of the most popular series at the time, which was Monica Gets Pregnant, which was super stupid in its story. It was very like low budget, like the English was not good, and everything was way too quick. Like its drama was, here's a problem, here's an instant solution, like 2 minutes. Like there was just not even enough time to really get anywhere. It was like, here's a big serious problem, but now it's okay, and it was stupid. People loved it; they ate it up, and I was like, well, goodness gracious, if this guy can do it and have something that is so like ridiculous and it be so beloved, then heck, there's no reason I couldn't do it. I know that sounds harsh, but I've talked to Marco about this, and he totally like we're all good. All right, he agrees. He thinks that he's embarrassed by that series because of how how it is compared to his new content. Which his new content is of course much better quality. He does a really amazing job. He's earned his subscribers. He's done his great stuff. Like, no fleck on him. He's a great guy. I like him a lot. I appreciate his friendship. But that was what encouraged me. So honestly, if you really wanted to need a person, it'd probably be Monica D, because it was their channel and being like they're super successful off of stuff that is just super relaxed, chilled, or just low quality. Because they started out low quality. I was gonna start at low quality. I didn't know what I was doing. So like if they could still do it, there's no reason I couldn't do it. I felt like Dretchinox and Bike seemed like they had actual experience and understanding and education, coding and editing. They seemed really, really experienced. That Marco didn't give off that vibe, yet he was still successful. I felt like, okay, well then if they can do it, I should be able to do it. So then it came down to coming up with an idea, which is where Stalker came in. Marco's videos that I watched was, of course, like the MC gets kidnapped, and that was kind of the idea for that. There was lots of like yandere stuff, and all of it was pretty simple. I just kept thinking to myself, what if there was a series in which it was a yandere, but instead of freaking out like a little bitch, MC was actually into it. And that was the idea of my Doki Doki Stalker. It was going to be a series where MC starts dating his stalker. That did not happen. I actually put out a little notebook and I started writing out all, because I didn't have a laptop. I couldn't code, even if I wanted to. I didn't have anything like that. So I just, I was like, I was saving up for a laptop, and while I was doing that, I was going to write. So for like months during the summer before I actually started making mods, so that my first mod came out in November. The writing of it happened in like the summer, June, July-ish. I wrote it out, and after I wrote it out, I was like, what should I do next? And they were like, well, why don't you do like a sequel? And so I did, and then it turned into 6 parts with kidnapping and corruption and all sorts of crazy stuff, and it became a 6-part series that I had all written out. And at that point, when I finally got a computer in October, I started learning how to code. It took a while, but thanks to Dretchinox's tutorial video that they uploaded on their channel, I was able to do so. It wasn't too bad. Like, I was able to do it. Make a mod, and then after that, I immediately got extra resources. I remember I would see videos at that point from people like Alpine Vortex, and then other people who were new, Gammy Mob, so on and so forth. I remember one of them released a video where they were like, why does Monica wear school uniform to like her home? And it's like, oh, it's probably because the creator doesn't have casual sprites for them yet. And I was like, oh, that's a great joke to kind of sideswipe the fact that you don't have that. There's no excuse that you shouldn't have it, because like it's free to use. It's right there on the internet. You just downloaded it. So that's what I did. I downloaded it, figured out how to use it, and I used it. So my first mod has those casual sprites. I wanted to give that good first step in to have at least that. At least that will work, So it took me a while to figure out some of the coding and editing aspects of it, for like getting Yuri's yandere stuff to work with her casual outfit, and stuff like that. But I coded it for the first part, and I wanted to record it. I thought it was only going to be like 20 to 30 minutes. Turns out it was an hour long. Crazy. I couldn't believe it. I I kept fucking up my recording because I didn't know what I was doing, so I had to find a better screen recorder because the one I was using was crap. And it's the same one I use today. And I got that, and then I finally got it to record, and I got it to record right. So it was good. Like, I finally figured it out, and I got it out there, and I waited. The end of the mod says, to be continued with a question mark. I already written out 6 parts, and I was still planning on releasing them, but I did want to know if people cared enough to actually watch 6 parts of this stuff. And I remember my first comment on my video, it was 4 a.m. And I got a comment from a person by the name of Tea Leaf. And they commented, I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel. And that was it. I was over the moon. I had my first real subscriber, I had my first commenter, my first fan of sorts. And that was it. Time to get coding. I think it was like I made The Great Turkey next, and then I made part 2 and 3, and then I made was it part 4 then, maybe part 4 and the Christmas mod were pretty close together, I think, and then like 5 and 6 would be in January, and I got it done. And by that time, which was about 3 months, I'd made 1,000 subscribers. The Great Turkey is an interesting one. I made a commentary video on it if you want more information, but The Great Turkey is based off of a fake character my grandfather made up. During Thanksgiving, he would say if we didn't behave, that the Great Turkey would come after us. So, it was just something that he made up. I know the Great Turkey is a character in your Thanksgiving Day parade, but the way he interpreted it was more like a Krampus thing. So that's the kind of ideology that went in behind that series, and people loved it. People loved the Great Turkey, which is so crazy to me that a character that just goes gobble gobble and just beats the shit out of everybody is just so beloved. Probably one of my favorite characters. I mean, it's got to end eventually. I mean, like, there's how many ways can I get a fucking turkey to fight someone and still have it be entertaining? Like, it can't go on forever, but like, I do enjoy that. I think my favorite character that I ever made was I do like writing for Officer Smileyface. I love his confliction with doing right versus wrong when it's so easy to do wrong. I feel like that lesson needs to be heard more in our community and in just reality, just in people in general, because I feel like people take the easy route too much. But that's just me. And that's just a side thing, it's not even the main point. I do like him, and I like writing for The Great Turkey. I really like the Entity, because I feel like I'm setting up something really cool that people can get invested in. I love writing for the Entity, who then became Warden Intrigan. I love writing for that type of evil kind of guy. That's a lot of fun. I also like, I like writing scenes that I feel like viewers are going to feel this emotional, gut-wrenching impact from. Whether it's super funny or super sad or super horrifying, I love writing it. Like, when I feel like the reader, the audience is going to get something from it, that's when I have the most passion for writing it. So sometimes my favorite character to write switches because of that. Like, I loved writing the Bike's death because I knew, like, in the way I was writing it, it was creative, it was unique, and it was sad. I was like, it's what I wanted. And things like that. But it just kept going. I think, Demimob found me halfway through, like, the Stalker series. Marco found me right after the Stalker series. Everyone else started finding me about in that year span, really. That's when everyone started figuring me out from Usually Stalker. I think maybe a couple people found it from Apocalypse. I think Marco's favorite mod of mine is Apocalypse, because he was like, oh, this is cool. Which is crazy because that was a recommendation. One of the fans said, hey, you know, if you don't mind, could you just like make a mod based out of this game called Metro? And I'd never heard of Metro before in my life. I'd never heard of it. I just never knew what it was. And he said, well, you know, here's the game trailer, can you make a mod out of it? And I said, sure. I don't do that anymore because I don't want to. I have more than enough ideas on my own. I don't need to pull from the community for ideas. I'm able to come up with ideas still. I don't need to do that. And also, it's really stressful because there's a higher expectation from the person recommending it to do it right. I don't like that. Like, there's a couple people that have been giving me recommendations that I keep telling them I'm not doing it because there was one person who did it. They asked Dretchnox to make a video about Sayori wins $1 million, and the mod that Dretchnox made ends with her like having $1 million in Monopoly money or something like that. It's a big joke, and it was a pretty good mod. He got mad at Dretchnox and came to me to say that I needed to make the mod right because he said that it was cheated. It wasn't supposed to end with like fake money. It was supposed to be real. It was supposed to be real. Damn it! Like, I was like, dude, I'm not doing it. If you want to make a mod about Monica winning an actual $1 million, then make it your fucking self. All right, I ain't taking no damn fucking bullshit from anybody. All right, you need to chill out. All right, and I don't say it like that, but I tell people like if you want a mod to be made, make it. It's not that difficult. It takes about, give yourself like just a day. You got a free day. Take the time to look at the tutorial videos, follow it along, see what you can make, because it's not that difficult. It does not take that much experience. If all these other people that don't know what in the world they're doing can doing it, there's no reason that you can't. You get a little laptop that can work with just downloading and playing DDLC, you should be more than fine to make a DDLC mod. It's not too bad. And that's what I encourage now. If you want to make a mod, you make it, because objectively, you are the only one who's going to be able to make it to your vision. I'm not. The only people that could probably convince me to make a mod for them would be if I was making it for them. Like Sari Plush Vlogs, they once asked me to make a mod for them, and I did, because they're a good friend, and I'm good friends with a lot of people though, but they wanted that. Like when I first met them too, that was a long time ago though. That was years ago. Goodness, they never uploaded it. It wasn't the upload. It was just for their personal use, and they just said they wanted to see it happen. I was like, sure, I can do that. It was like a quick 10-minute thing. It was no problem. I'd do that. If people wanted to collab, I'll do that. But I'm not just gonna be like, all right, here's all this time and effort to something that you're not even gonna like. All right, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Hey, Chiba Manga D. Hey, J Money. So that's just kind of some of those anecdotes for them old mods. Like, I don't do it now, because honestly, when I made Apocalypse, I did a to be continued question mark, but I really hoped that people didn't like it, so I didn't have to, because I had no idea where it was going to go. I ended it on a bit of a cliffhanger, and I had no idea where else it was going to go. I'd never played Metro, and everyone wanted a sequel, and I was like, well shit, I don't fucking know what the hell I'm going to do with that. And so like half a year later, 6 months later or so, I finally get parts 2, 3, and 4 out, because I found inspiration for some ideas, and I think it's a pretty good series overall. I'm pretty proud of that series. Apocalypse is pretty fun. So that was pretty cool. I actually watched last year. It turns out, like, I actually listened to my 3 years ago, the 1 year anniversary stream. I listened to that to see if I could get the trivia right, because they asked me questions. They would give me quotes from my mods and see if I could remember who said it and what mod it was from. Even to this day, I still got a good amount of them right. I didn't get all of them right, but I got a good amount of them right. I even got some right that my past self didn't get right, so I was pretty happy about that. So I haven't forgotten everything. I've forgotten some things, but I haven't forgotten everything. So that was pretty cool to see. I'm sure now with all these even more mods, if I did it now, it'd be crazy. Who knows what line would be said. I've written some crazy shit. Let's see what's next on the list. Let's see. Future mods in the work. Well, of course, we still got the finished Dokitober. It's been almost a year and we haven't finished it. So I want to get the Child's Play and the Phantasm mods out. And I also want to get the special mod, which is going to be the grand finale to the holiday series. That's going to be a really large mod. Who knows how that's going to go. But I wanted a big Halloween ending for the holiday mod. And it's going to lead up into what was supposed to be this year's Dokitober as well. So who knows how that's all going to go. But I do need to do those. I have plans for multiple series. If you've been following along with like live streams and stuff like that, I talk about it pretty often. I have plans for series that go into the multiverse aspect. With the holiday series, I've set up a couple things. Different characters have left or gone somewhere or said something. All of those things correlate to a future series that's going to happen. There's like a good 5 or 6 series that's going to basically be the bad guys doing stuff all over the place or whatever, and it's going to be a whole shebang. It's going to be pretty cool and basically lead up to a bigger multiversal series that I'm planning. And that's the main thing for the mods that we're planning, if and when I get the time to do so. For the, let's see, what other things? Future channels after DLC is done. Alright, so I don't believe DLC is going to be here forever, and I also don't believe I'm going to be doing this forever. Once I'm done with my mods and I'm like, I don't have any more ideas, I'm not just going to pull the fans indefinitely. I'm going to be like, alright, I'm done. Make a final mod and say goodbye and then move on to something else. Which would probably be like gaming, probably like retro gaming. Like if I could do a retro gaming channel, I'd probably do that. I mean, you saw earlier in this stream, like I'm just really passionate about my retro games and all that stuff. So I mean, obviously, I feel like that could be something I can do for fun, or not. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe I'll end up being a book review channel. I have lots of books, and I'm passionate about those too. Just going into other things that I'm interested in. And of course, at all times, it's just for fun. Like I don't do any of this stuff for money or for fame or for anything. It's just for for me, for have fun and to entertain people. Hopefully, I'm pretty relaxed on it in that aspect. I don't expect to become a big YouTube star. It's not really my goal. It's a nice perk if it happens, but it's just not. I got a career that I'm going after for nursing. I'm not really planning for this to be the kickoff. But if it is, hey, sounds great. But who knows? There might be other channels that I'm planning to do, like maybe in the future. If I did, it wouldn't be called like Bernurk Video Game. No, it wouldn't. It would be something completely different. It'd be a completely different name, completely different channel. Maybe I'd plug it in like a Discord server or something like that for you people that are really interested in following me personally. Sure. But like I do something completely separate. It wouldn't be called Bernurk. You wouldn't even know that it has anything to do with the whole DDLC thing because it'd just be completely separate. I'd rather start from the ground up, 0 subs, and get a new fan base based off of the content I'm making on that channel specifically. I wouldn't want to just change it here. Like that'd just be weird. I feel like it wouldn't work. I see other DokuTubers do that, and it never seems to work because their fan base is there for the content that they used to make. So if they want to make new content, I feel like they should just make a new, completely separate, like you wouldn't even know they're the same person kind of channel. And just move on from that. That's how I see it, but who knows. That's if I continue to do it, who knows. Maybe I'll get too busy with a real life, having, a family, kids, marriage, getting through all that. All that stuff's in the plan for the next 5 years or so, getting my degrees and all that. So really, life's probably just going to keep taking off. So who knows what time I'll have for the internet. And stuff like that. But that's a general idea. Let's see. It is pretty exciting that I did technically reach a goal for this year. I know that last year during the 3-year live stream to celebrate 3 years of the Bernurk channel, I was like, here are my goals for next year, and it's mostly the same stuff. I didn't really achieve any of those, except that I did reach 5,000 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. We did make that achievement. I'm pretty happy about that. So we're getting somewhere. I just didn't have nearly enough time to finish hardly anything. It's just so time consuming. I don't know. I feel like I don't have the time as much. All the other stuff's more important. Got to make sure that you get your schoolwork done and you get your job done. And then after you're done with all that, you don't even want to continue working on YouTube. You want to sit down and relax. It's tough at times just to have that motivation. When you're just tired. I'm tired all the time now. I find that I'm really, really tired. That doesn't mean that I'm done or I'm quitting right now. I still plan to get stuff done and out there. If I promised that I was going to do something, I'm going to do it. Like it might take forever, but it's going to get there eventually. I don't want to be a person who's like, oh, well, I guess we're just not going to do it. I said I was going to do it, but I'm not. I don't want to commit myself to something and then give up on it. Unless people wanted me to give up on it, like the audience was like, I don't care, please move on to something else, then sure. But if I said I was going to do something, I want to actually do it. I'd like to not be a hypocrite. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm in nursing school and I work in EMS, which is emergency medical services. That's what I do, and that's my career goal. Is just the medicine aspect. Not for like like medicine's pretty interesting, but it's mostly like the job that I find to be the most unique, interesting, tolerable, and of good perks. I think when I was having to figure out what I wanted to do for my career, I just generally had no idea. And I was told I should just make a list of the things that I want, and I should make a list of what I can tolerate, what I can't tolerate. Like, is there a certain job that you just could not do? Just narrow it down. And I was still going through that process when my parents signed me up for a cadet program for EMS, and it was just a lot of fun. I felt it was just really interesting. And I still have fun on my job today, to do EMS. And I've been having fun in my nursing program, going through the lectures. I've been doing good on my exams, so hopefully if I keep that up, I'll have I'll be a registered nurse by 2026. And then after that, I'll be going for like bachelor's. Then I'll probably get a master's in either nurse practitioning or CRNA, like nurse anesthetist. Depending on what options are available to me, because I live out in the middle of a pasture. I'd have to move out and go somewhere. Also around that time, I'd probably be getting married to Bree. We plan to, if we do have a wedding ceremony, that maybe, we could set up a camera somewhere and do a live stream on the channel where you guys could watch the ceremony if you want to be there for that occasion, because I know that you guys have been there for a lot of this journey as well. And been following along, Bree and I's journey. If you guys wanted to be there for the wedding, to just watch, you can. Plus, if there are people who are like overseas, because some of our extended family is in Germany, if they wanted to watch it, a live stream could easily fix that problem as well. We felt that would be a good idea. Let's see, that's that. Oh yeah, the McDonald's meals. So I was going around asking people for their DokiTuber McDonald's meal. I don't think I've gotten everybody's. I've known a lot more DokiTubers since then, so there's probably potential. Like, this series could go on for a crazy long time, but I haven't done it in a while, mostly because of time constraint, and a money constraint. It still costs money. Like, I could go out to McDonald's and spend $10 to $20 on a meal and record it for you guys to watch for just fun, because it's just for fun. Or I could not spend money and make something at home for a lot cheaper. So it's just like getting the time and opportunity to eat McDonald's is not as much as it used to be, just because, college is expensive, guys. Life's expensive. But, if I did QnA McDonald's meal, like, that could be next. Who knows? I still have a lot to do, and every single person that I asked that I got a response from, I'm still planning to make a video. I'm not like done. I'm not like quitting. It will happen, because the people who were kind enough to put in the effort to give me their McDonald's meal and stuff like that, I'm still gonna do. All of the videos, if you're interested, are unlisted in a playlist. You can go to the channel. There's a playlist called the best McDonald's DokiTuber meals, and you can watch all of them there. But the videos were kind of cluttering up all the mods, and I feel like that's the main purpose of the channel. So I try to unlist things that are not the mods, so that you can easily find the stuff that's really what's there. And I just put all the unlisted stuff in playlists for you guys to easily watch. You can easily watch the McDonald's stuff and all that. It's just not going to be like cluttering up the channel page. That's the main reason. Because it's just for fun, and it's just a fun little thing. I thought it was just kind of interesting. Let's see, gaming live streams. I know we talked about this a little bit earlier. I still kind of plan to do. I know I want to finish the Lego one at least, because I already committed to that. That was a dog. Loud dog, big dog. He's unhappy about the amount of attention that his owner is giving him. Not me. That's not my dog. That's my sibling's dog. He's a good boy though. Anyhow, for live streams, I like playing games, and I'm fine with having an audience for it. But I find that I always have technical difficulties with live streams, at least once, especially with like the gaming ones. I feel like it's just the Wi-Fi. Plus, with live streams, I feel like in my life I get interrupted a lot. I have to do chores, I have to eat, I have to do things. So I like playing games for just playing a game, and I feel like I have to do it in the middle of the night, because then I won't get interrupted. and I leave you guys for like 30 minutes to go do something real quick, and then come back to hopefully keep playing, or I just end the stream abruptly instead of the more planned way of ending it or something like that. It doesn't. So the timing of doing a live stream kind of sucks because like I can play a game and get it done in like a day if I'm able to just pause it and go do something and then come back later. I can't really do that with a live stream. I have to break it up in all these like 2-hour things, and that just seems like extra stuff that I just don't think is worth it. You know, I'd like to finish the Lego stuff, and then if I feel the compulsion to do some stuff, maybe. Honestly, I feel like when it comes to the live streams, I'll probably stick to challenge stuff or maybe first experience stuff. I know that sometimes when it's my first experience playing a game, it'd be kind of funny, but I have more fun doing challenge marathons and stuff like that. So if something like that comes up again where I want to do something like that, then I might. But I might just not. I don't know. Future live streams in general might end up being what turns out to be the best way for me to do a live stream in terms of like people being interested and also less technical difficulties, which is doing mod playthroughs. I've only done one, but those live streams were pretty great, a lot of fun. So I'd like to do those again. With other mod playthroughs, I might do some of that on the channel, do some live streams like that. If I want to, that might be more oriented towards like the future of the channel, rather than just gaming. I feel like more people would be interested in some of that stuff, but we'll see. It all depends on what the people want. But I wanted to address that. I also thought about, different content that we could make. Of course, there's the mods, and I still want to make it. If there's ever a change in what I do, it might be that I become a big fucking news nerd. A lot of the people that, half of the community, is like lots of modders, lots of people who do animations, and then like another third of it's people who do all these like commentary videos, like Savage or Kane or something like that. I might dabble in that a little bit. Doing the Shadow the Red Panda video was a bit of fun, and it was serious for me though. But I like to ramble, and I like to talk, so doing videos where I get to ramble might be a lot of fun. I wouldn't be the person to be like, outing someone. I wouldn't be like an exposing person. I might make a series that's more like kind of a fun thing, kind of your daily, almost like the Daily Dose of Internet guy, but more like an actual like video, not just like the short little clip. Just like just talking about fun things, fun news, fun, interesting things that I find interesting, or stuff like that. I might think about doing little things like that, but who knows? It depends on if people find it interesting or not. Because I do like rambling. I love talking to you guys. I love talking about things I'm passionate about or interested in. So some of those things I'm thinking about doing, just putting on a camera, recording some things, then after record, edit it a little bit, try to make it look a little bit more polished and see if you guys like it. So who knows? There's a variety for something like that. Of course, I'll try to keep most of it pretty DDLC oriented. I wouldn't get into the actual serious drama. That's more, there's already a bunch of people doing that. I do like the petty, ridiculous, goofy stuff. Something funny. Every time something funny or weird happens, or maybe an accomplishment, make a quick video that's just kind of fun. I think that'd be kind of nice. Kind of remind people that there's still a lot of good in the community as well. Legos. I don't know why I put Legos down. Yeah, I had the Lego Titanic. People said about that earlier. One thing I actually was planning on doing a long time ago was making stop motion videos. I wanted to get into making stop motion videos. If I did that, it'd be a completely different channel. You'd never know it was me. Maybe. I have things set aside to potentially do that. Like I have like what I want planned out, and I spend the time to write out the story. If I'm really committed to it, the day that I get into it, then I'll write out a story, and then I'll start working on building sets, and then getting into the better equipment for like taking photos and such. But that is something I'm interested in. So who knows? Maybe that'll happen after we're kind of through with the DDLC stuff. Yeah. Next month, or next couple of months, so November 16th, 17th is going to be the 4-year anniversary of this channel. I'll probably do another live stream similar to this or something like that. Who knows what I'll be doing. I have no idea. It's kind of crazy that I'm still doing this after 4 years. I don't know if I would have believed you if you told me I was going to be doing this for 4 years. because I didn't think I'd get enough subscribers or notoriety or like people's interest to even do this for more than like a year or so. I was kind of surprised that people cared. I also would have been very surprised if you told me that I was the host and creator of a fucking award show. Like, what? Crazy. Just crazy how things happen. So who knows what I'll do for the 4 years. I know last year I wanted to look back at mods, watch them, and kind of review. I don't know what I'll do next year. This could be like my 4-year anniversary because it's close enough. It's close enough. If that turns out to be the case, then yay, happy 4 years early. It's crazy that I've been able to do this for so long, to be part of the community for so long, and to make mods and videos that you guys care about. I do plan to do other things because it is fun. The fun part is getting to see people enjoy the videos. I do enjoy that people can find entertainment from it. And I enjoy getting to talk about stuff that I like, and I do enjoy that. So it's just a lot of fun for me as well. That's why it's like in part for me, you know, as a focus. Just to do something for me. Like Doketober, like no one asked for Doketober. That was just me. That's something I wanted to do for me. So, and I like those mods. I love the Friday the 13th one because I'm a huge Friday the 13th nerd. Lots of those things just are for me, and I really enjoy them. But I think that's about it, yeah. The only thing I have left is I could play a game, but I would basically just have to orient my camera to face a TV screen. So, because I'd play an old game. I wouldn't play like, if I was doing a PS5 game or something like that, I'd do a live stream like normal. But there's no capture card that is a reasonable price that could capture like Nintendo, Super Nintendo games and live stream it to YouTube. Like I'd have to hook it up to a PC and stuff, and it'd be a whole fucking mess. And you already saw like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consoles to that one little mini TV. I don't need any more fucking cords back there. It's already crazy. I have 2 like power strips completely plugged in. I only use one thing at a time though. I never want there to be a fire hazard, but like there's just a lot of stuff back there. So I capture card's a little out of the question due to the price and actual like logistics of it, but who knows. But it's a lot of fun. I actually, you know, and the games are fun. And honestly, a lot of these games are just for me to experience. I just kind of like, for myself, just to be able to have fun. You know, so much of my life was, for a while, being like, how could this make a good video? Or would this be a good video idea? And I'm trying to break that. Because you know what? It's not worth it. I want to have fun. I want to live life. I want to be able just to sit back, relax, and enjoy a game. If I just want to enjoy a game, it doesn't have to be a video. It doesn't have to be a stream. It can just be enjoying life. If I want it to be. And if I want to do a stream, then I can do a stream if I can figure out how to do it with these older consoles. But yeah, if you guys want me to, I can try. I'd probably play Legend of Zelda 2. I'd like to do that. I like to play that game. That's the next game on my list, really, to play next, because I want to get through all the Legend of Zelda games, and I was like, well, what better way than in order, you know? So it should be a lot of fun if I do that. I don't think you guys would be too interested in that. There's like 8 of you guys right now. I don't even know what you guys would be interested in doing right now at this point. Hello everybody who's in watching. Like, I don't know what you guys want me to do at this point. Like, I read down a whole list of things I wanted to talk about, and I've talked about everything. So I don't know. This might be the end, boys. I mean, we've been going on for like 2.5 hours. So I feel like that's pretty good. Pretty good stream. It doesn't have to keep going. That's only if you guys have something you want to ask about. If you have a question, trivia. If there's a certain anecdote you want to hear about, like maybe you have a certain mod that you like and you want to hear more about it, or if there's a certain if there's something you want to know about, now's the time to ask. You know, I'll be more than happy to talk to you guys about anything. You know, generally. About like, you know, Burner Up, about the show, about the channel, about whatever. If there's stuff that you want to talk about, feel free to ask. You know, this is the time as we're wrapping up. I saw a comment. I still need help setting up my new modding folder. It's crazy. Like, honestly, mine looks despicable. Like, honestly, my modding folder is just, I mean, it is set up like for like the actual modding, but like the mod assets, it's just everything's in one folder. it's a mess, but it's like a mess that's like I know where everything is in the mess. That's what it is. Works for me only because I've been using it for like 4 years, you know, so I know it all in my mind where everything is. If I organize it better, like if I asked somebody to come in and organize it, like I'd be a mess. I couldn't find anything, and I'd be like, where the fuck is it? I'm sorry. I may not be much help. I'm not good at. I like organizing. Usually, my organization is just let's do alphabetical. I like alphabetical. That's how I. If I can't find something, alphabetical is my go-to route. Like all my books are alphabetical. My games are alphabetical. To easily find stuff, but outside of that, I don't fucking know. What do you think is next for the channel, Bernard? Well, I just went over that. I just been talking about that. Yeah, like the mods, the award show, the other channels that I'm thinking about doing. Like once, I mean, I guess that's like that's after the channel. But like we talked about live streams, doing mod playthroughs, finishing up the Lego Challenge Marathon. We talked about doing mod series that go into a multiverse series. We talked about finishing up Dokitober and the holiday series, and finishing up Stalker. Stalker's got one more series left in it before it's done, so we're going to finish that up soon as well. So, I mean, a lot of that stuff's going to be next. The next things, like the next mods to come out would be the finishing up of Dokitober, holiday series, and then finishing up Stalker. And then after Stalker's done, we're going to move on to the multiversal series stuff that I wanted to do, that I have planned out. I plan out the parts, the main steps, and how I want it all to go, and then we start working on those series. And that would include a couple collabs as well. And once we're done with that, I'll probably work on further the collabs that I have with other people that are going to be on other channels, such as Nightwing's collab or Yandere Gaming's collab, and so on and so forth. As they'll probably be contributed to the multiverse series. And then after all of that's done, we'd get to the multiverse series where it all kind of comes together and all ends, and there's probably some epic battle with the entity or something like that, or maybe Brinrick or whatever, what's going to go on with that, who knows. And then after that, I think it'll be over. I think after the multiverse series and that's done, unless I have a really good idea, I think that'll be the end of the channel. I think that'll be it. So once I'm done with all that stuff, I think that'll be it, I'll do like one more award show that year and do a final mod, and I'll be done, and I'll move on to something else. So we're getting close. It's not too far off. It's honestly not too far away. Unless I think of stuff that I want to keep doing on the channel, then there's no point. I made my stay. I don't want to overstay my welcome. I don't want to keep doing things when people, just to do them. I'm gonna make my stand, make my mods, make a whole multiversal story, a whole series of mods that go together, and you can watch them and have a wonderful experience. And then it'll be over when it's over, and it can be enjoyed in that aspect. It doesn't stay for forever. It's not overstaying its welcome. Unless I get some other ideas of what I want to do next, that's really it. That's kind of that's the last thing for me, boys. Because I do want a good finite ending. I want a good ending where, like, if they're not uploading anymore, it makes sense because it did end. I don't want to leave people on such a cliffhanger, because there is no way I'm going to do this, forever. Like, I know people at my last stream 3 years ago were talking about, you're going to do this when you're 80. And I was like, I'm not going to do this when I'm 80. If I'm doing this when I'm 80, something has seriously gone wrong. I'd rather just spend time with my family. Throughout my life. Like, I mean, this will be some good memories, and I've met some amazing people. Some of them in here, like, Mark and Chibi and other people who come in, J Money and them. Like, there's some really nice people that I've met within the community, and I'll never regret having these relationships and friendships and meeting these people and the show and stuff like that. But I mean, everything's got to end eventually, and I'd like a good ending. And I think I'm leaving off, like, award show stuff in good hands. Nova Boba with the Sigma Awards. Chibi's thinking about doing something. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, but, we're both talking about that as a potential collab. If my award show ends, other award shows may still happen in its wake. Someone else could possibly take it over. Who knows what'll happen. And that's fine. once I'm done, I mean, I'm done. You know, you can do whatever you want. But I think, like, you know, the DDoS community's in generally good hands. There's still a lot of good people, you know, who make content if they still want to do it. Then great. And I'll still be like there in the behind the scenes. You know, I'll be like in the Discord servers probably every once in a while. You know, say hi to my good friends. And if people want me there for like a collab, they want like my input for like a story or anything like that, then yeah, I'll be there. No reason I can't come back for fun things like that. But like I'll move on eventually. I do plan to go on to bigger, brighter things. Just, I don't know, experience life, have fun. I never wanted this to be my main function in life. It's a hobby. My main goal was always to be, you know, to live a happy life, to live a fun life with a family, to do something that I felt was, you know, meaningful in that sense. You know, I just want to spend my time with Bree, and I just want to be able to create long-lasting memories with her more than anything. I mean, that's my goal. To go through my career to help that, like, the career is just there to support that, you know, to give the finances and stability to be able to continue to live a comfortable life with and support those that I love and care for. I just, you know, I just value my family so much, and that's just what I would really go on for if I didn't do YouTube. Like, if I stopped DDoSing and I didn't do any of the other stuff I talked about, like gaming, books, or whatever, Legos or whatever, like other YouTube type stuff, you know, that probably just means I've moved on to focus on my family and just live my life in that sense. This has been fun, and I'm not done yet. I will be done sooner or later. It will end eventually. I am confident on that much, but at least this segment of it, you know, who knows, maybe I'll do something else on YouTube and that'll pop off, or who knows. But I'm saying that I do mean that, because unless I come up with a really good idea for a DLC mod that I really like, I don't see a reason I'd come back after I'm done with the main big finale of my multiverse series. I feel like that's it, you know. I don't, you know, that's my end game, and I'm not going to drag it out with a bunch of other stuff that nobody even likes, like Marvel's doing. I mean, I'm not going to get into that debate. People like some of the Marvel stuff, and I like some of the Marvel stuff too. But, like, when I reach that end game, I'm just going to say that was it. That was the story. I don't need to keep going. You know, enjoy it for what it is. That's my plan, at least. Unless there's something really good. Who knows? I mean, who knows? Anything's possible, but I think I'd pretty much be done at that point. I'd want to say, like, yeah, that's a good finale. That's a good closing point for a career in the little stick in the DokuTuber community, I guess. That's the plan for the future. 'Cause I wanna make sure that I live life to the fullest, and I get to just have fun. Sometimes I get stressed about DDoC mods and making videos and stuff like that in the community, and it's just not worth it. I'd rather just live life and have fun. There's enough stresses in my life as it is. I don't need to add to it, so I just want to have fun. So I can't do it forever. And I got other focuses I'm gonna have to have, you know. If I can balance it and there's, you know, a want and a will, then sure, it can go on for longer than I expect, but I think I just want to warn you guys now that it will have an ending, it'll have a meaning to its ending, and it should be a lot of fun. I mean, I'm sure some people might be unhappy that I'm not doing it anymore, but I think they'd be happy. They'd be more discontent if I just kept doing it. If I didn't really have anything to do. If I was just making a video to make a video, and it was never as good as the Stalker days. They'd say, "I miss the old Bernurk. I miss the old Bernurk," and he'd, you know, talk about weird monsters, you know, melting people's faces off and stuff. Oh, I miss the old Bernurk. I miss the old Bernurk. You know, I don't want that to happen. I want people to be able to enjoy. Just, it is what it is, you know. Who knows? That doesn't mean I'll never be. Bernurk will just be gone, you know. The channel will still be there. You still watch all the stuff. And if anything needs to be had like maintenance on, like if a live stream goes missing, you know, I can try to re-upload it somewhere else or whatever. Or if people want to do a collab, I'm always there to help. I'm more than happy to be a part of the community. in that way. So if Yonder is like, hey, do you want to do a collab? I'd be like, yeah, sure. What can I do to help? And so you could still see my name every once in a while, a little blip. This is sounding a lot like Matt Pat's retirement, but it's not that big of a deal. But that would be kind of what I would do. That's my plan, at least for now. Because the more I do this, the more I realize I just can't do it forever. However many years I do it, I'm pretty happy with what I've put out. And there's just other things I'm going to have to focus on in life. There's an actual job, and there's people in that job. I'd have to, focus on the career, focus on the patients, the medicine, And I think I'm pretty happy with just having a family. I don't know, having my life. I don't know. So I ain't gonna ditch you. I'm just gonna, like always, I always plan for an end. It's always planned to have an end. This isn't like new. This isn't like, oh, I just thought of this. It's just like it's become more prominent as we're getting closer to the end, because we are getting closer to the end. I always planned that, of course, there would be, like, once the multiversal idea came into mind, which was about my first year of making the mods, when I first got that year mark, that was around a lot of those plans were made. After the end of that, I'd pretty much be done. I feel like there wouldn't be anything else to say, anything else to do. I could always make up something, but it doesn't mean anything to me. I just turn into Marco and just make funny mods and just kind of like, just stuff to entertain maybe, but who knows? But like an actual serious story that's meant to kind of have those emotions and the moving and the drama and stuff like that, I think I'd be good. I wouldn't want the series to overstay. It's been a fun journey for us to be a part of, how you want to. Yeah, I don't think many people would be angry. It's not like, and I'll still be around. It's not a big deal. But I want to let you guys know that the days are numbered. I don't know how numbered. It could still be a couple of years. It could be 3 years. Who knows? Depends on how quickly I can get the mods out and stuff, and get the awards done and things like that. But eventually, yeah. Just so I can, meet new people. I don't know. Maybe I'll go to another part of YouTube and meet new people in a different community somewhere. Who knows? Do the video game stuff and meet people there. I don't know. Maybe I'll end up being some fucking, medical YouTuber, and I'll talk about nursing or something. People do that. You might see that one day. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a series where I anatomically analyze media and critique, see if it's anatomically accurate or something like that. Something stupid, something fun. Who knows? Anything's possible. But yeah, thank you all so much for 5,000 subscribers. It's crazy to think that we got here this far. I know that like their initial predictions for like this year was going to be like, when I look back at my live stream when I hit 3,000 and it was 1 year in, we had thought that I'd hit 10,000 by this time, and we haven't. We're only halfway there. But that doesn't discourage me. Honestly, I'm very happy with 5,000 subscribers. And the subscriber growth is slower just because I haven't been uploading. I'm sure if I put more time into it and said, fuck you, school, I'm going to be a YouTuber, we'd be there by now. I don't have doubts on that. It's just how the cookie crumbles, as they say, or whatever. And I'm okay with that. I'm very happy with the 5,000 subscribers. 5,000 people is a lot of people. That's a shit ton of people. And all of them think that I'm cool enough to subscribe to and watch the content of. That's pretty epic. So thank you all for that. Thank you all for watching the videos, for enjoying them, for being part of the community, for being part of this channel. And I hope to continue it for a good time, so that you guys can get the full story, enjoy it, and have just an amazing time with it. Like, nothing but fun and good things. And who knows what will happen next. I'll keep you guys updated if you're genuinely interested. Don't worry. Only good things from here. It's going to be amazing. So thank you all so much. 5,000 people. It's crazy. I can't believe it. I'm very lucky, and I'm very blessed to have all these amazing people support myself on YouTube. That's so sweet of you guys. So from the random guy in the middle of a pasture who thinks, you know, talking about anime girls is a fun hobby. To you wonderful people who watch it, thank you. You guys are amazing, and I can't be more happy with how things have turned out. Thank you all so much. Thank you for sending through the live stream. I know it's like, you know, good 2.5 hours or so, maybe almost. I think it's almost 3 hours at this point. Almost 3 hours, guys. So we're pretty much done. Last minute things, guys. Nope. All right, great. Last minute questions. Nope. All right, good. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whenever that may be.